pretty sure now, but I cannot guarantee that yet.
Say late D legend.
I mean, to be fair, all three of us have our own lore and our own communities about being late and never on time. It was my surprise.
Always on time. Are you live on YouTube, not on Twitch?
Nah, we're on YouTube. We're always on YouTube, especially for this. We go beyond Twitch. We go beyond Twitch on this one. Yeah,
they just always mad early.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But you know,
personally,
it is always early. Shout out to
so
them.
every time I put a time of when I'm gonna stream, just know it's always tentative. I never put exact times. That's it.
Around that time, like
around that time. Yeah, you know, like, put her around on YouTube, like around
right around 8.
Exactly. Yeah. No, we definitely need to push that agenda. I need that because YouTube making a lot of unnecessary updates, but that's one we need.
That's YouTube.
It was great to see you guys. It's great to have you guys back again. I mean,
we're back.
Yeah, it's been like what, a month? About a month and some change. How y'all been? What's going on?
Over a month. Good. One Piece good. Anime's back. Watching My Hero, watching The Last of Us, reading a bunch of different stuff.
Okay.
Good.
Good deal.
Like you're rewatching My Hero?
Oh, Vigilantes.
Oh, Vigilantes. I heard that was good.
Yeah. It's good.
Really?
It's good. Yeah, it's right now it's kind of like it's still building, but I'm intrigued. And I know a lot of people saying it's better than the original. I'm not ready to go there. But I'm excited for where it's going because it's building up vigilantes that we've seen already for the most part. Backstory, origin stories. So, I'm enjoying that.
Okay. So we got you're watching Vigilantes currently, reading a few things. Murphy, what about you? How you doing?
Good, doing great. I just caught up to Chainsaw Man. I don't know if y'all have read that one.
Chainsaw Man, the first one or part 2?
Yes.
Oh. Wait, you caught up to part 2, like all the way?
The last chapter that dropped I haven't read yet.
Okay.
But I'm up to 200.
Oh wow, because I stopped reading part 2 at like chapter 7, maybe.
Oh, it was still good at 7. It does take a dip, but then it comes back up.
Well, that's like, it got to a certain point. Like I think I stopped when the girl said, "Don't come to school tomorrow," which I thought was hilarious. Right, that was a hilarious moment for the community. But like after that, I was like, I don't know where this is going. I don't get it. I don't know personally. So
you sat through that whole page of the two of them sitting in the lawn chairs, and it's just the same panel over and over again as you watch the dread fill her face as she realizes what her friend just confessed to.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, I'm not intrigued.
So I was intrigued, and I finished that portion. But after that portion, when there was like a bunch of Chainsaw Mans, I was like, all right, bro, what is this? Like, I'm out. Maybe I dropped it too early.
Okay. No. If you got to the point where there were a bunch of Chainsaw Mans, that's where it took a dip, in my opinion. That's past chapter 7, though.
Yeah. So it was around that. It was like really earlier on, and then I was like, I wanted to see like what does he do afterwards, and then I saw the panel of just like who's the girl that, what's her name? It's like, it starts with an A. Asa, but the devil form of Asa, right? What devil is that?
Yes. Yuru, I think was her name.
Yeah, the whole controversial Yoru and Denji and the hand and the thing, like all of that. Yeah, I saw that panel. I didn't get that far. I saw the panel and I was like, yeah, I ain't picking this up. Like it was there when I'm like, I'm not picking this manga back up. Like I was like, what's going on here, bro?
There's so much Chainsaw Man that if you see an out of context panel, you're gonna have a really different opinion of the series. That was a wild scene though.
And I know, and I need to,
Is it good or not good? I'm not sure based on you guys.
Let me
I thought about reading Chainsaw Man because I only watched the anime, but
definitely read part 1. Definitely read part 1. I'd say that. Part 1 is great.
Brago in our chat, I just told you what he's referencing. So anyway, was a wild scene.
All right,
Rather than have to pick up it.
I'm gonna read Chainsaw Man.
Now he's gonna read Chainsaw Man. Now he's gonna read Chainsaw Man. Violently unserious. Oh my god, man.
I'm down. I'm in.
You gonna love Cover.
It was actually a fantastic scene, but it was also wild.
So are you saying the context around it is actually good?
I'm saying that what the mangaka did with that scene was fantastic.
Okay.
But you know that bit was, you know, I mean, it is what it is.
Fascinating. Now, mind you, this is also the same series where the girl with the eye patch threw up in his mouth and was trying to sleep with him when he was underage. So there's also that, right? So like, I'm not sorry. I see you was drinking.
I saw that scene.
Yeah. We all saw that one. Nobody missed that one. I was like, all right. So
I mean, yeah, she was a little odd.
Yeah, she was a little odd. She was a little odd. Yes.
Yeah, bro. That's crazy.
Out of pocket.
Out of pocket is an understand. No, she should be in prison. She should have been put in jail. She should be.
That too. Yeah.
That too. So yeah, I mean, it's a great story. Especially the recent chapters have been really, really good for part 2.
Yeah, I'll have to give it
to my list.
I might check it out. But in regards to the series that we need to discuss, we are all here because we made a promise last time all three of us were together, and we were going to talk about Kagurabachi. Now, we've all read up to, I've only read up to volume 2, Murphy's only read up to volume 2, Brago's like a couple, like, what were you, chapter 25?
25,
like a little far,
yeah.
25, yeah, a little far ahead.
Completing volume 3?
That should complete volume 3, actually.
25?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I got up to 25.
Yeah, so then we'll have to look into that. But then, so like, the questions I want to ask you guys, well, first of all, what are your first, like, impressions? What were your first thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's good fun. I mean, the action panels are stellar. And I'm really enjoying the sword lore as well.
Yeah, I think the action is great. I think what I'm thinking about while I'm reading it, I'm like, if the anime gets this right, this is going to be fantastic. I think it has all the elements that the meatheads would love: sword, edge, sorcery, really badass characters. And I think the action can be adapted really well. So yeah, it's action packed for sure, with some cool character moments.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Specifically with the little girl. She's my fave.
Oh, that's my daughter. We love her. That's it. She's been adopted. It's not surprising. Yeah. I saw the backstory and I knew it, and I was like, all right, well, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, I love Char. She's dope. She's dope. She
is. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whoa.
At first, when she's like talking about I don't remember the kind of language she was using, but she spoke very formally. And I'm like, okay, what is going on with her? You don't expect her to be, caged and experimented on. And everything that comes of her, you're expecting or at least I was expecting a very different track for her character. But as we started seeing that, I was like, okay, no.
Yeah.
She's got my heart.
I think I like her interaction with Chiro, where he's kind of just like, it is what it is. I don't care. This little girl could be lying. I don't believe her. Whatever it is, what it is. And then she gets kidnapped, and he finds out more, and he's like, I'm sorry. I should have believed you. And then that panel where he gave her the sandwich, I was like, this one's not crushed. And she just burst into tears, Yeah, I really enjoyed that moment. Like, I think the contrast is cool with Char and Chiro, like, because he's really reserved, really just kind of disconnected from it all, other than like his goal and what he's focused on. And it feels like she kind of pulls him back to kind of like actually seeing the world for how it should be seen. So I really enjoy those interactions, and to find out her backstory and what her mom did.
Yeah.
To save her life. And then even after we got the backstory with her mom, right after, they kind of mock it because they're like, yeah, she did all that. She blew up that. She got away. But then we just got new equipment and we got the girl back. So it's for nothing. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
So,
right in front of her, too. Right in front of her. I was like, sheesh,
Right.
dog. Like, disrespectful, man.
Yeah. So it goes there. It goes there sometimes. But the action is great. And I really, really, really like Sojo.
He was good. Yeah, his name's
he
Sojo.
was great.
Sojo.
My issue with Sojo is that they killed him.
Oh, really? Just because it was too soon?
I think it was a path for him with how he viewed the swords that even Chiro admitted it wasn't wrong how he was viewing the swords, because even his dad said, well, they are like weapons to kill people. And Sojo was like, well, that's how I interpret it. And the sword did resonate with me, right? So I'm not wrong. And it kind of came down to him versus Chiro. It was like, who wins is correct. But then Chiro was like, you're not wrong. But like, I don't respect you like my dad. So I thought Sojo was going to live, and then we're going to kind of go down his path a little bit to see, like, ultimately down the line, maybe a rematch to see who is more correct. And then we have like a full circle moment where he kind of recognizes Chiro's side. And maybe it's a flip where Chiro starts to lose himself a little bit and Sojo's on the other side. So I thought it was like a lot more potential for Sojo, because he was trying to understand too. Like, we had that moment where it's like the 12 seconds they were sitting down together, and he's like, I want to have a conversation with you. Like, I'm interested, like, in how you think. He's like, and I think I understand what you're saying, but I don't think my side is wrong either. So I thought we had more with Sojo. I was starting to like him.
Yeah. I wonder if, as we discover the other swords, if it's going to be a continuation of that theme, where it's going to be, okay, this is my ideal, this is the way I perceive things.
Yeah.
And we keep exploring the different layers of someone's ideology, or how it can be taken in many different directions.
Yeah.
I love the concept that they were introducing. I thought we were just going to go further with it, because it's just like, he was a deviant, right? he didn't care.
He was toxic,
anything.
bro. Nothing, bro.
Right, very toxic. But I mean, there was potential there, man. There was a lot of potential there. So I even thought he would be like someone like an independent party, where he's not with them, but he's just like showing up every now and again. Just maybe some fights with Chiro every now and again, but like, killing him was tough.
This might be a dumb question. Is there any way to revive the sword? Because it seemed crazy to me that they actually broke the sword.
I
think there's definitely a way to revive it.
Yeah, I feel like his dad probably
even though it's broken. Yeah, they're not worried. Yeah, so like, because they said, well, they know Cloud Gouger was broken, and they were still like, well, we need to retrieve it. And then something that I caught on like a refresher was that they said Cloud Gouger was the only one that was a problem for them, because that didn't have a wielder, and that what they do so that the other swords can't be used is that they keep the previous wielders protected. So I guess maybe once you get a new wielder, they connect with your life energy, or it connects with your life energy, then it's restored that way. That's what I'm assuming. But I think they didn't seem worried that it was broken, so it should be fine. And then they had make sure that you guys are, that was like 19. They had Flame Bone. Right?
Yeah, the strongest guy from the Kabunabi that just popped up.
Right?
Is that an enchanted blade?
I don't think it's an enchanted blade, but I'm thinking to use what they call it, the Datenseki.
Yeah.
Rokuhira. I'm assuming they use that as well to kind of make it. So there's probably somebody that they have that can probably fix Cloud Gouger.
Okay. Well, he should be able to as well, because he trained.
Yeah. He should know how to. Like, he watches dad every day.
That would be
right.
Oh yeah, that's a girl. I didn't realize it was a woman or a girl. Initially.
Yeah. it wasn't mentioned at the end of that last chapter that we read, so we just kind of make assumptions at that point. I think her name was like Hiyuki. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. She was just introduced in the end of the chapter, so we don't know anything about her yet.
Right. Yeah, but okay. I don't think that's an enchanted blade.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I guess that's a partial spoiler. I maybe won't mention it, but they said it's a weapon similar to an enchanted blade, so I guess that's good enough for us to like open up the world, right? Because I think one of the things I was worried about at the beginning, I was like, well, this world seems a little too small. I was like, all right, we got 6 enchanted blades. We're on the path to find those blades. We only know the enemies are the Hishaku, and then there's the Sojo guy. But it's like, all right, so all we're going to be doing is hunting all these blades. But one of the things that I really liked, like you mentioned as well, is that there's a caveat to all these blades. Like, as long as the previous wielder is still alive, no one else can use it, point blank. Which means they're going to be going after the former wielders as well. So there's going to be a lot of fighting. There's going to be, what if one of those wielders turn? What if one of the wielders already is a Hishaku and he just doesn't have the blade yet? Like, this is a lot of,
yeah.
There was a lot for me to think about there.
Me too. I also like the dynamic with him and his dad. You know, his dad's such a goofball and very lighthearted, and he's obviously far more serious even before he goes through all that trauma. He's just a really stoic lad. And they have that great conversation about him saying, like, I'm not you. I can't be you. Yeah, you know, and his dad's like, hey, awesome. I agree. You can't. Please don't try, you know? So there's a lot of, I think, going to be discovering of his own path as well.
I really like that scene too, because he's like, your son is trying to open up to you, and that's what you have to say.
Was he crying? Did he cry in that panel? Was there like a little tear that came out of his eye in that panel? Because it seemed like he was wiping something. So I was wondering, why would that make him cry in that moment? I understand in the current moment him crying, but back then,
I think there was acceptance. You know, like when you come to your dad and you're like, I can't be you, and you're being trained up to take on the trade, and then he says, great.
Yeah, you can. You be you, and you do the things that I can. You're like your mom. You're too logical. So you just try to be the best version of you. Don't try to be me. That's like just, you can be you, and that's okay. So, you know, it's acceptance, like Murphy's saying. So that was a great moment too. Like I said, they have like really interesting like character dynamics that I think they play off of well. What's his name? Shiba, right?
Shiba, the white-haired dude, the white-haired guy that teleports.
Yeah, that teleports. I think he's like a monster, bro. I think he's a sleeping monster that they're like saving. Like, cause it's like with every moment, it's like he lets Chiro take care of it, and he's like, I can intervene, but I'm kind of like watching his growth. So I think, and then he was in the war like back in the day with like
he was.
So I think Shiba is gonna be like one of those Rayleigh Shanks type characters that once we see who he is, they're gonna be like, yo, he's actually a legend. So I'm waiting for Shiba.
Well, Sojo kind of he shouted that out. Sojo, when he saw both of them, him and Azami, both of those dudes at the rooftop, he's like, yeah, I could scrap with these guys, but damn, I don't know. Hold on, like I might have to train a little bit.
He's like, all right, I'm cool. But then he fought like what 6 of the Kaminabi?
Yeah. The special force, the cloud gorgers special forces. They got packed up, man.
He killed 4 of them. And what? 2 of them were alive?
2 of them are injured and killed 4 of them. One of them lost an arm, and the other one's just...
And one lost the legs, I think. So
yeah, lost the legs. So he just packed them up. Like
he packed them all up. So yeah. So Shiba's a sleeping giant. I feel it.
I'm a little bit suspect that their paths are going to go in different directions.
Who's?
Shiba and Chiro.
It's difficult just because he seems to be looking out for Chiro, but I mean, obviously, they're gonna have to separate, right? At some point, he's gonna have to like jump out of the nest. And for Shiba, it might be a situation where it's something where I don't know. Is it death flags?
Oh, really? You see death flags?
Because right now he's still like kind of containing Chiro a little bit, where it's like, Chiro, I don't think you should do this. He's saving him here every now and again. And so it's like when he finally has to step out on his own without kind of that like, I want to say just like that the hand to hold him a little bit, maybe you kind of get rid of him. Maybe you have to get rid of Shiba for Chiro to kind of grow into his own. Because it feels like Chiro is never really he's in danger, right? But it's like, I just feel like Shiba's a monster. So it's just like, as long as he's there, I think he'll be fine. So.
See, I almost think that there's going to be a fracturing. It's just kind of a gut feeling, though. There were a couple of panels that I was like, are you guys going to divide, not peacefully? I don't know. Hard to say at this point.
Yeah, because the Kabunabi gives that whole military structure. We're here for balance. Nothing but balance is the most important thing. So they're willing to sacrifice the individual for the sake of their collective goal. And the whole conversation of Chihiro being the son of the guy who created all of the enchanted blades in the first place, I think that could be the key to the divide, because then what if Chiba's put in a situation where it's like Garp and Luffy or like Garp and Ace, where it's like, all right, do I pick the loyalty, and then do I pick the service that I've had? Do I pick my duty over protecting my best friend's son? And I mean, he's always been skirting the lines for a certain point, but just from what I could tell from that first meeting and the way that we're really starting to gun for the kid, I was like, yeah, all right, man. It's not.
Well, Chiro has some the vibes of like somebody that eventually he won't be able to be contained.
Yeah.
And one major thing that they talk about a lot in the show, in the story, is the blades shouldn't exist in the first place. And if the blades don't exist, that's probably best for society. And for Chiro, obviously that's not going to sit right with him, because that's his dad's legacy. And then he did save like a lot of people. I think, I don't know if we're there yet. I think we are. Chapter 20, where he saved a lot of people, by absorbing the Mei when he was fighting Sojo.
Yeah,
right. So he saved a lot of people that way. But what if Chiro gets to the point where he's like, I don't care about casualties of civilians. I just care about my goal, Right. And at that point, like, Enten and like the blades, they're like, yo, Chiba's like, yeah, we might have to get rid of the blades. I know they're your dad's legacy, but like the same thing keeps happening. And Chiro, I don't think he would go for that. So in his mind, he's like, if I just collect all of them, then it'll be fine. But then if you collect all the blades, then you're the problem. Like, you're the biggest like threat. And so,
and that's a lot to put in a kid's hands.
It's a lot of power. That's a lot of power, But then I think the thing that could always seemingly that's going to always bring Chiro back seems to be Char. So we got to see how that plays out.
For sure. I also like that each blade, at least the first two that we've seen, all have those three abilities. The water, what was it? Ice and lightning. Was it?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I assume all of them are going to have that formula of three abilities, and they seem to respond. The person's chi or their inner self is a big part. Response to it. Mentally, we had the fish from the dad before, and that's what drives him, and that's what shaped him, and now that's how it responds when he uses it. Yeah, so I'm excited to see that too.
They're all interchangeable. It was really
cool. I love
cool.
like when Chiro's around, you just see a black floating goldfish.
And it is cold. It's like he's farming early. He's starting to farm early. I said, all right, I see it.
What's that? Is that a floating fish? What? I'm like, okay, that's like his calling card.
You wouldn't think that would be so great if you just hear about it.
But it's dope. It's dope. I like seeing that.
I want to see a blade change hands and change possession, and see how then those three abilities would shift into looking like something else in someone else's hands.
Yeah. I mean, you would think it would change as far as like the animal or something that represents. Yeah. Well, not abilities necessarily, because I think they all come with like what cloaking and absorbing and like the attack, but I think just like because basically they're saying the sorcery is your life energy manifesting outside of your body, and the enchanted blades they just amplify that. So for somebody else, I think would just be like in a different form.
Right.
Know?
So I want to see the form shift. I want to see, one person use it and see them use it well, and then it changes hands, and then we have to see it be used in a totally new way.
Yep. Nah, that'd be dope. I'd like to see that.
I think one of the things that really stuck out to me, I think I'm always a character guy, so I was really looking for, give me a reason why I should really like somebody. Who am I gonna get attached to? And I like, as an MC, right? Maybe we can like open up to this. As an MC, I think having a shonen MC kind of run the nonchalant, like the nonchalant gimmick was interesting to me, because most of them are like starry-eyed, Boy Scoutish to a certain degree. I mean, even like you look at Yuji, you're looking at Luffy, you're looking at Deku. All of them are all the same kind of archetype. Yeah, like very innocent, very I'm trying to see the good in everything. I'm trying to see the good in the whole world. Chihiro is, like you mentioned, Brago, just super laid back, super chill. I'm just trying to follow my dad. Like that's all it is. He's a serious. So the only one I can think of that's close to that's Ichigo. Yeah, I was about to say Ichigo's the only one that I really. So like seeing the moment between him and Char when he finally pulled up to save her, and did he actually have the sandwich real time, or was that just like an image? Because I was like, did he bring her a sandwich at the same time? Do you remember that?
It looked like he brought her a sandwich.
I thought he brought her a sandwich.
Yeah, and he said this one isn't crushed.
Yeah, this one is a crust. And then when I saw the panel where it said "What took you so long," I was like, "All right, I'm locked in."
Yeah,
like I got it. I was like, "All right, I love Char, I love Chihiro. I need this dynamic to the end of the series." Like that was, to me, that was the panel. I'm like, okay, so now they got me emotionally invested. The backstory was painful enough because I'm not used to shonen. Like Judge K was pretty gruesome, right? It was pretty dark, but so early on, like you didn't show it, but it's violent. It's so morbid. Because she's too small. She's too young of a girl, right? It's a baby, and you're like dismembering a baby over, like a little girl, over and over and over again. Like it
was like it's like a worse version of Eri from the Overhaul.
Yeah. Yes.
So, and then even when they caught her, they like mangled her leg.
Oh,
God. Yeah. Kind of like, so it does work, and then her leg reformed and was like, oh, okay, so yeah, we can use her, which is crazy. But they definitely do it. And even Soja, when he was dying, there was like, his guts are all over the floor, so he's not gonna make it too far when he's climbing up the steps. So they definitely go there with how gruesome it is. I love it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I too also what her mom said to her, where she was like, you can't tell anyone about this ability because they'll take advantage of you or they'll leave you. And so that's why she didn't Shiro right away. But then she does eventually tell him, so you can see that she trusts him. So much. And with that kind of trauma, people who did find out, they then completely dehumanized her. They treated her as a test subject, not as a child. And yet she still was able to offer trust to him. That's huge.
Yeah. And that's why he felt so bad, because he's like, I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Like, I'm sorry. But he came back for her. You know what I'm saying? He came back for her. So that made the moment all that more special. So
even him thinking about what they could be doing to her as he's in the hospital bed was like a lot for me, because like you're really building his like, oh, this man, like he really genuinely cares. He has that good soul. Just because he's like very serious doesn't mean he doesn't have the capability to show like deep, intense emotion and dread, because he felt that dread like instantly. Yeah. So I was surprised. So like, because I wanted to know how the author would handle the limitations that he gave Chihiro with his left hand being like completely busted. I'm like, all right, so now we're getting into the Mickeys. Like every author gets their own, all right, this is a shonen, this is fantasy, let's get the Disney stuff out. I was like, all right, how is he going to do this? I like that he was able to find a technique that puts less strain on the body with the multiple goldfishes. I like that. I like that, because I was like, because it made sense to me. I was like, you know what? I can buy that one. It's a little. You can, if you really want to stretch and call it Mickey, you could. But I could buy it just because now it's about 1,000 tiny slashes rather than him exerting his body and cutting. I was like, all right, that's good. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I mean, I think even with him beating Sojo, I believe he said to Charles, like, I only beat him because you helped me, you healed me, and that helped me beat him. So, I think I wonder what like you said, limitations are going to be even with her power, where it's like how much is going to be implemented, what are the issues, because it could be a situation where like we know a lot of her people were wiped out. Like, does it lessen her life the more she uses that power or more it's used? Because, you know, like again, in this story, it seems like sorcery and all that power, that's like from life energy. So I wonder how far they go to kind of limit it, because if she can just like heal anything that she wants to, then it kind of, you know, removes some of the danger.
I think there has to be limitations there. I think there will be. I think speaking of Shiro, with him being so stoic, it's easy for him to just feel like an angsty, edgy, you know, whatever. But the fact that he's so gripped by his father's by the grief of it and this desire for revenge, leaving the scar on his face so that he has to have a reminder every single day, that sort of thing. And the trauma, you know, the one lady that can bring up his trauma and then attack him through that, shows that there's a lot going on there that hopefully I think we can explore deeper for him.
Yeah. Also, I think they have a lot of room to expand in regards to sorcery. We had the guy that Sojo killed. Well, not Sojo killed. He kind of killed himself.
Will Smith? You talking about Arsenio Hall?
Yeah. where that was diabolical, because he said it was going to be a suicide mission. And he's going to blow up Sojo and himself because he thought his sister was dead. And he was like, yo, she wasn't dead, man. She's just unconscious. Like, what are you doing?
It's toxic, man. It was sick. It was sick. I was so hurt. I was devastated.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I thought he was going to be, all right, a part of the cast, one of those. No, he just died too. But I think with sorcery, we could get some more information there, like just how, because right now it's the enchanted blades and you have the flame bone ability, but like, is that going to be more a regular thing, like where people have sorcery on the level of the enchanted blades? Because it seems like the enchanted blades are like above everything else. So I'm interested to see how that kind of plays out.
Yeah, the sorcerers are definitely pretty hyped though, because when we were first introduced to the idea, he's like, "Are you insane? You're going up against them."
Yeah. So I mean, I can't say any further, but
he knows more than us.
He does. Spoilers.
Yeah. It's really good though. It's really good. I've been really liking Kagurabachi.
I'm glad
Go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that when I read the first volume, I'm like, okay, I can see this being good. When I read the second volume, and a lot of people are saying in the chat, like, it's definitely the next big shonen. Like, it's next up. I think, like you said, like you kind of opened up with, Brago, like, there's so much of the elements that you need in a shonen, where you have the hype for the meatheads, you have the character, you have the emotional part for people that really like more slice of life stuff, you have the development of Chihiro, because he's kind of like a blank canvas at this point, like, because he's so serious and there's so much more for him to discover and grow into. There's a lot of character growth that can come from Chihiro, so he's not going to be a static character. I think for the first time we're going to get a real MC that actively changes and grows, which I'm very excited about as well. And then just like the power system in general, because you guys brought up a great point about sorcery and how the enchanted blade seems to be like the end all be all, right? I have a feeling at some point sorcery is going to hit a new level, because they also added the caveat of the stone. At some point, the whole concept of the sorcerer's stone. I ain't gonna lie, like that. If people learn how to like manifest that stone to enhance their own sorcery, then they could find a way to actually outdate the sorcery. They could outdate the enchanted blades, step into sorcery until that whole true realm thing that Chihiro mentioned, that Sojo had tapped into, and now he's trying to tap into as well. I can see that constant back and forth between sorcery and enchanted blades being a thing that carries on like way further on, because we have the Ishaku who are the overall like real enemies. But I mean, what's to say there isn't another big bad out there? Like, what's to say that there aren't other enchanted blades that we never knew about? Like, I don't know. There just seems to be a lot for the community to grab onto, and to just be like, all right, this is the next shonen. We're gonna start making videos and fandoms and cosplays and all that stuff. Like, it seems like it's coming up.
Really, for Kagurabachi? I don't know that I feel that strong about it. Sorry, go ahead, Braga.
I think it's about concept, right? And I think even with Solo Leveling, I think even before the anime, when you hear about that concept, you're like, that's interesting. Somebody that can level up just like a video game. All right, that's cool. But I think what's going to be important for Kagurabachi is who takes it over, who adapts it, and how much care is put into it, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's a great concept, but I've heard about Kagurabachi for a couple of years now, and there were like people that were like really going for it, saying it was going to be a really good manga, and if they adapt, it'd be a great anime. So all the elements are there. Like, you have the main character is cool. It's blades, right, with swordsmen, and you have powers and sorcery. I think as long as they adapt it well and don't give it to Netflix, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be good. Madhouse, but just not Netflix. Not Netflix.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
I think I agree that all the concepts are there. For now, for me, it feels like a lot of potential, but I'm not to where I'm like, oh, it's living to the potential. I'm just waiting for it to arrive there. I still have more reading to do before I would get that hyped about it. But I mean, I would watch the anime.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it is, as far as the manga, it's not at a place yet where I'm just like, this is the best thing ever. You have to go read it. Like, it's not there. I think I'm thinking about it like how it would adapt and how casuals would feel about it more than anything. But it has, like Murphy said, a lot of potential. Because they kind of start really small, right? And like you said, Jay, the world feels small right now. So they have a lot of opportunity to kind of like expand and kind of go crazy with it. So that also goes into how, I don't know how long the show goes on. Is it like going to be this condensed thing? And, maybe it's like 150 chapters, because then it's just going to be about the enchanted blades, right? But if they want to really make it a, 200, 300, 400 is crazy chapters, then you can really expand the world with like how you set it up with the swords, the sorcery, the stone. It could really go places.
Yeah,
I agree. And I think just from the standpoint of what is it that the casual anime fan will like, and if I'm seeing swords, powers, lightning, elements, cool trench coats and fits, an edgy first villain with a nice little puffer jacket who really thinks that, you know what I'm saying, and clashing on ideals, the first thing I think of is that at the bare minimum the 12 episodes are going to be popular. If Mappa picks it up, it's going to be successful. If Mappa picks it up, because it seems like, I think the issue with Sakamoto Days compared to this is Sakamoto Days didn't have enough action to begin with. It was too family oriented, too happy go lucky, too slice of life. Like, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but like let's think about what gets people through the door. Let's think about JJK. What got people through the door with JJK, right? It's the Gojo Sukuna, the hands, right? It got them in it. Demon Slayer, the first chapter was pain, like instant pain and suffering, blades, and then Giyu and all of that. So you have all, like, it's really about the intro. And I think with Kagurabachi, you get that early. You do get that early. Now with Will Smith and everything else, but I think 12 episodes we should be able to get to the end of volume 2 in 12 episodes.
We should get to Sojo in 12 episodes for sure.
Yes, we should be able to do it. So if it ends, and not to mention the Sojo fight itself, because I guess we didn't really talk about the fight between Sojo and Chihiro. It
so good.
Kind of not in the same vein as the characters, but I was seeing. Oh wait, Murphy has a red JJK. I almost spoiled.
It's okay. I probably won't get to it really quickly. I'll forget.
Okay, so I'll just mention the names. It was reminding me of Toji versus Gojo Brago a little bit because it was the panel where he was standing there in the corner, and I'm just like, oh, okay, he hurt them niggas. Like he really did something off screen. What happened to him?
When I have like voice actors in my head, I'm thinking Sojo could be voiced by Toji's voice actor.
By Dio? Oh yeah, so Murphy's
By
a Dio stan. Yeah, she's a
We're gonna put Dio in the
Did you say Dio?
Will be wonderful.
And don't say Dio in front of Murphy because she changes. Dio? What?
If they nail Sojo, I think like people will be really excited for season 2. So I wouldn't mind the Dio for Sojo, but now the fights are great. Fights are great. I'm with it. I'm with it. But I think I'll say this: Kagurabachi, the action, they get right into the action.
Yeah.
I'll quickly for Sakamoto. I think the anime studio didn't do a great job, an amazing job of adapting what the source material is. Mm-hmm. But Sakamoto is kind of old school in how it started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
where if it's like Kateke Hitman Reborn, like I'm not sure how many of you guys have seen that. Like the first 30 episodes are slice of life. Like the first 30 or so is like slice of life. You're learning about the characters. You're like going to games. You're doing odd jobs, and so I think you guys are right. We're like nowadays. You got to pull the audience in like right away. Yeah. You don't have the time to kind of build it up like you did back in the day, you know? So it's unfortunate with Sakamoto, but I think with Kagurabachi, they jump right into it. So it should do well. I think once they announce the studio and all that different stuff, we'll get a better gauge, but it should do really well in the anime space.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
I think so too. Sorry, go ahead.
I also think that just the long running mangas like One Piece and Naruto and Bleach, I just don't think we're in that era where that's ever really going to happen again. Nope. I think the way the industry is going to sacrifice long-term storytelling and what the mangaka really wants to write about for the sake of we want a bunch of hits now. We want a bunch of hits that translate into anime. Yeah, it's not with this generation.
The audience is not going to let it happen again. Like, they're like, here we go again. Another slice of life episode. This is boring. And it's unfortunate because, like, I think a lot of those long running shows, you are as invested because of how much time you spend with the characters, And for a lot of these shows, they kind of come and go now because, like, it's not a lot of time invested. So which it doesn't mean that you can't make a great story with shorter time, right? But it's just like that was the formula back in the day, and now you gotta get to it as soon as possible with these stories, or sorry, you're gonna get canceled.
Do you think it's possible for something that is a raging success to then get a longer running series? Like if it starts off really popular, then the studio won't or the publication won't force them to wrap it up quickly.
It's after I saw what happened to Bleach, where it was like, oh, Bleach is ending on this. I'm like, Bleach? You're doing this to Kubo? I was like, yeah. Right now, the only mangaka I can't see that happening to is Oda. Where it's just he will get the time and the space to do whatever he wants. But I think even if you start off hot, right? I think the studio, they're only going to give you so much leeway. I don't think, and especially today, it's just people are the attention spans. It's just different now.
Yeah.
You know, and Demon Slayer was one. I'm sorry, go ahead, Murphy.
Think about series like Free Ren. It really wasn't like there's nothing to the first good chunk of Free Ren that should fit what we're talking about. Yet it was a huge success.
It was really good. It was really good.
Loved. Now I don't know that
interesting.
It broke all the rules of modern day what works.
Even the main character.
Even the main character, and it worked. Now, I don't know when it comes back if it'll be just as successful because it has taken a break. But, I mean, even Spy Family was very successful when it first came out. And it's a very slice of life.
Apothecary.
Apothecary is another one. So I would say I know what's the formula there that they all use, right? Is there's a way to hook the audience without having it be flashy or super exciting. And it's investment in the character. I think with Free Ren, it pulled you in with Free Ren's story because they framed it so well, because you know your story, our story is going to be following Free Ren learning about humans. So every time we're expecting, okay, Free Ren's going to learn something about humanity and it's going to develop her character piece by piece by piece. So you're always getting something from every episode. Even if it's slow, you're like, she's going to get something. So it's always that bait, the hook, bait, hook, bait, hook, bait. So that formula works, and they did it with Apothecary. Now, I got to a certain point, and Jacko can call me out on it, where Apothecary gets really slow. Like, slow. But at the beginning, Bronco, you're going to test this, the first, 13, 14, no, maybe just the first season in general. It was just every episode, I'm like, oh, this is good. This is really good. But it was very mundane things, very tiny, small things. So, that's a formula that could work. Storytelling.
I think maybe it's like today there's a new rule, right? We have to get right to the action. And so I feel like even for Free Ren and Apothecary, like if you go, everybody goes heavy one way. If there's a show that goes the opposite way altogether, it stands out and then it's refreshing, right? And I think that's how I felt about Free Ren and even Apothecary, where it's just like, okay, this is really about developing characters. It's not super flashy. And Free Ren, it goes there. It can go there. Yes, but it's more about Free Ren and how she learns about humans and how she's adapting and growing, even though she's the oldest person around all the time. And that was really interesting. So I think it's just like we're going one way with like super action, like limited character stuff. And so when you have a show that goes the other way, like Apothecary, I think it kind of stands out. And people are like, I like this. But I think with Free Ren and Apothecary, they do a real good job of just like, they're getting right into the character stuff, right? And it's like, they do a good job of hooking you and pulling you in. We're like, all right, let me see where this goes. I agree with Apothecary. It got slow because I think after the first season, it was really episodic. They're like, okay, let's set up some bigger plot points. Yeah. So then now they're taking more episodes with like smaller things, reveals in between, but we're setting up some like more major things. So it feels like it's slower, but it's still like within the same vein. So I think in general, like characters and good characters are always going to be king. But it's about how you develop it. I saw somebody on Twitter the other day, they posted that scene with Meliodas and Guild Thunder. And they said, I thought this was going to be the greatest anime of all time. And I think a lot of people thought that.
I love Secret that y'all didn't know. The first video I ever did on YouTube was a 7 Deadly Sins reaction. First video ever. First video ever. It was with Escanor and the One. It was Oh my God, man.
It's one of those things where like 7 Deadly Sins got right to the action, right? But it still progressed horribly. So, good storytelling, good characters, it's always gonna be king. And, 7 Deadly Sins failed at that. Ooh. Terribly.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Yeah,
that hurt me.
Yeah.
Watching that series go to where it went, yeah, man.
Yeah. It just I would say, like, this might be a hot take. But I think Seven Deadly Sins, where it went, got to even worse than Fairy Tale. To me,
the drop was cataclysmic. I ain't gonna lie. The drop that Seven Deadly Sins experienced was, yeah.
I think it got to worse than Fairy Tale for me. Because when they started getting to like power levels and like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, it just got real weird. The characters, then it got like weird with like the ages.
Yeah, reincarnation. Yeah, Murphy.
Uh-oh.
Murphy. Yeah, it gets bad. Like, you're just like. You're like grooming question mark? Are we gonna talk about this or Murphy? It's just
it got weird. I was like, wait, what? Okay, this is on a different space that we can't really. Nah.
He said no.
Like the best thing about 7 Deadly Sins is that we got a character like Escanor.
Yes.
That's it.
I am certain.
That's the only thing.
I'm certain the term Aura Farm originated from Escanor. Because nobody farms harder than Escanor. Nobody.
It's Escanor. That's it. Everything else in 7 Deadly Sins, just bad. Now it's bad. So,
you seeing spinoffs too? I see. Like how many spinoffs they got? Netflix series. I'm just like, man, they still going? How is it possible? How they still kicking?
I don't know. And then even season 3, we remember it was season 3, I think. The iconic anime scene. I think it was Escanor versus Meliodas.
Oh yes, it was. Right. Oh Murphy, if you see that scene, like, Google like the best animated fight in like 7 Deadly Sins. It is a joke. It is when I tell you, this is like Microsoft Paint quality of animation.
It is so bad.
It is bad.
So bad.
God. I'm certain. Oh boy, I was like, man, y'all couldn't have just used ChatGPT for this or something. But like, I don't know. I don't know, bro.
7 Deadly Frames.
Yeah, that's what it is. 7 Deadly Frames. Yeah, I can't wait.
I looked up Escanor guy. He just looks like Armstrong, like another version of Armstrong.
From Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah,
he's great.
Yeah. No, he's cool. He's cool. No, Escanor was really cool. One of the coolest characters. Just remind me of Armstrong. Well, maybe think about FMAB now because we're talking about like how shows develop, and Full Metal Alchemist is one that was like, it's I think the best mix of both.
Yeah,
amazing.
Perfect mix of everything you need in from every genre. Everything. Slice of life, romance, action, philosophy.
Because they got right into the Philosopher's Stone stuff. They got right into the action. I think episode 2 was like when it was Alphonse and Ed, where Alphonse thought Ed was trying to replace him. And we had like a character. That was like episode 2.
That was heavy.
Right? That was heavy.
Heavy.
Right? So, it's like, it just had, that's why it's my number 1. That's why it's number 1.
Every episode explores some amount of philosophical question of like, how far will you take it? What are you willing to sacrifice? Like, it's so many questions that it brings up, as well as it doesn't miss a beat on the characters, even the side characters.
All of them are good. All of them. There is not a bad character in FMAB.
The emotional beats, everything. It hits the backstories, the layers of the world, and the history, and the trauma that continues on, breaking the cycle. Like it doesn't stop.
I'm sorry, Jay. You can't make me like Shao Tucker.
Listen, shout again, like Wild, he served his purpose perfectly. He did what he had to do. He is trash. Shao Tucker, he didn't have to do it. I ain't gonna lie, he was sick. He didn't
have to do that. I agree.
Sick.
There's no reason
bro.
Okay,
but think about it. Think about the crazy gaslighting of telling Ed, "You're just like me." We did the same thing. You gonna come at me? I was like, "Yo, he kind of spitting." I ain't gonna lie.
He wasn't wrong about that.
He wasn't wrong. I was like, "Yo, Shao, you trash," but I don't know how you cornered him like that. I don't know how he got him, but he got him.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, so FMAB goes there. So there's a formula where you can nail it. Like you can, but it's characters. I mean, I think a lot of our favorites. I mean, action is cool, but I feel like with action it's kind of I don't want to say shallow, right? But
yeah,
Similar.
I think with characters, the investment for me at least, it's like it's way deeper, it's way more, and it has a greater impact. So I think if you lean towards the characters and developing those characters, it typically works. I asked you guys, like, what show do you guys think had amazing characters in your mind, but it didn't work? Something you read, something you watch, where it's like the characters are great, but the story is just not working for me.
You have to think on it.
I almost mentioned. Yeah, it's hard. I almost mentioned Toriko, but that's just because the way it ended was like a little off. So like I wouldn't throw that in there. But it's also because I read manga for the characters, and like if I don't find a character, I don't read it. So it's really hard for me to say that.
It's hard. It's hard to say like the characters are hitting, but then the story isn't good. It's like, I just rewatched Titanic randomly.
Okay.
I watched it in like 4 different sessions because I didn't realize it was that long. Like I was like, oh, it's like a over 4-hour movie. And I realized it was like some really, really dumb things happening in this movie. But then there's like some character moments that I really liked, that kind of showing through, where it's like, I think through everything, especially as you get older, I would say characters you kind of care more about that more than anything else.
Yeah. So I can name some movies.
Reincarnation.
I can name some movies like Gladiator 2. I love Denzel, but I hated the movie. Like I hated it.
I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
I haven't watched Gladiator 2 yet. I just didn't see the vision through the trailer. I was like, it feels like they're marketing the movie to say, "Hey, go see Denzel."
That's it. That's really, but that's how they got black people in it. It's like, oh, we got blacks in Rome. Yeah, let's do it. They put a little music. I was like, man, okay.
I was like, I'll wait till Amazon has it.
I think it's on Amazon did I tell you, Brago? Murphy didn't know who Denzel was when we first met.
Don't be doing that. The way you present it makes me look so bad. You don't present it right. All right, Brago, let me redeem my name. Here's what actually happened. I told Jay I don't watch movies, nor do I don't watch TV. And he said, and then he started listing off a bunch of actors. He was like, do you know this person? Do you know this person? Do you know this person? And I said no to all of them because I don't follow Hollywood. I don't watch movies. And then he listed Denzel. And I said, I might know Denzel, and I had to look him up. And then he just mocked me relentlessly about it. I'm like, you've listed like 20 people before him, but this is the one you latch on to.
So did you know him?
Yes, I did. I had watched a couple movies. I don't follow Hollywood. So I follow actors.
I'm just saying, you say the word Denzel, you should know immediately. That's all I'm saying. Like you know what I'm saying? You know what that's like? You know what that's like, Murphy? I'm saying, Murphy, have you heard of Obama? And you're just like, I don't know. I don't. It's
that's a little worse because that's a little worse.
Some people don't know the presidents. Some people don't know the presidents. They could be in a rural area, no TV, no newspapers.
Jay. The way you tell it makes it sound so much
Murphy,
worse.
I don't want to hear nothing from you, considering you are the most mischievous person in this. Out of those three, yes.
Can't be true.
It can't be true. We can have the chat. We can make a poll right now. Out of the 3 of us here, who is the biggest rat?
They would choose Brago.
They would choose Brago, but I want to see if they're gonna. That's it.
I think they choose Murphy. Just off of the Denzel thing, I think
it's off of the Denzel, or her kicking Tekken, or kicking puppies. Like the list goes on.
I'll stand by those 2.
She stands by those 2. You says no. Hold on. Murphy said something crazy last Tuesday, but I don't remember what it was. Do you remember? There was something.
No, I don't remember.
what was it? It was like you had
I'm not gonna tell you.
No, that's true. Oh, that's what it is. No, there's the Napoleon. You have a new name, Napoleon. Is that?
No. Have you been talking to Jacko?
Have I been talking to the person I died? My head mod? Have I been talking to my head mod?
Is that what's happening? That wasn't in the stream. That was Jacko and I in the DMs. That's true. What are you doing?
Well.
Brock's like, well, all right.
If you wanted that poll. Yeah, I think Murphy wins.
I would think so. But Braga, we still got you on the Akainu because at that point, that was Murphy's first introduction to you. And then there was the fodder with the hard R, and then Akainu and like killing people, and you was like, oh, it's all good. Like we was there. I remember that. We got the short actually.
Yeah, I think you said something along the lines of at least the world government has health insurance, so they were helping Luffy's family out by killing Ace because they got to collect on the life insurance.
Yeah, exactly. They were helping. Yeah,
and you were like, you guys agree with me, don't you?
Yeah, we was like,
that was the whole point of what Kainu was doing. Like he was like, die here. Or you leave the battlefield, you're gonna be like disgraced, right? Think about your families, right? Think about your future. Think
about your name. Murphy, do you also? We showed you the clip of Brago and Fisher Tiger. Remember?
Yes, you did.
You remember that? Yeah, that was interesting. That was funny. Every time I watch that clip, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
This is why they would vote Brago. Like he's more quiet about it, but
the thing is, but they agree with me. You know?
Do they?
But they agree.
Do they? Chat, do you agree with Brago?
Say the most.
Like you want people to get mad at Akainu. They get mad at Akainu for like blowing up the ship in Ohara. I'm like, why?
What?
Like, why? You tell me to do a job, I'm doing it. Be mad at the world government. He's just doing his job. Just saying.
That's great. Thank you for proving your point.
Exactly.
And you just leave it. And you're just like,
they say they agree.
That's it.
You know?
I think it's safe to say we've all had some wild moments, right? The grandpappy thing, I don't think I've ever really been able to live that one down, to be fair. That one stinks, especially with Saturn coming up now. Because he was Saint J, and I told him it was my grandfather until we saw the backstory, and then I was like, hey, listen.
You can't get away from that.
Disowned. I don't carry the family name.
With the anime.
Yeah, the anime is gonna be worse. Yes,
I think Kuma is coming up in the anime.
No, literally this week coming up, the backstory starts. It's like
getting into Kuma, so
I'm a little scared because I know how One Piece, because Toei. One thing that I'll always give One Piece credit for, when they really want to make you hurt, they know how to do it.
They know how to do it.
Like, they know the right way to do it. The anime knows the right way to do it. Because I'm thinking of, like, Law and Dressrosa, right? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of that. And I'm thinking of, like, Belmare, Arlong, Sanji. The Germa backstory.
They know the OSTs to use, right?
They know the OSTs to use. And I don't even need OSTs. It's gonna hurt. Like, why you going? And they, Toei, they do the double take and the shock, and they wait, and they just
Jay, I realized Toei did something.
What they do?
They did something. I was like, oh, y'all are devious.
What did they do?
When Kuma was in Mary Joa and Akainu confronted him, right? In that episode, I promise you, that is the first time I heard Kuma groan. Say, like, the entire time we saw Kuma, it was like he was like a machine. There was no, like, he got cut by Zoro. It was never any reaction. And in that episode, he was groaning, he was moaning. It was just like,
like he was still sentient. I'm like, what is this?
I'm like, what is going on? This has never happened. So they're like just setting it up. So like once we get to the flashback, it's just gonna break us. It's just gonna break us. So I'm like,
oh, it's gonna be great. It's going to be the voice acting that's going to get it for me.
Yes, it is.
Do you remember in Marineford when Luffy, when he's holding Ace and he's like, Ace, Ace, like that quiet shock on in his voice?
Ace.
It's so much better.
Yeah. And then one thing I said for Toei, when it's gonna be a good episode, they kind of like they start the episode like really quiet. It's like no OST, no music. It just starts off really quiet. And I think for the flashback, because they already took a break this past week, just recap. So I think they're really gonna knock it out of the park with Kuma.
I think so.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those. Because even in the manga, the Kuma scene broke me. So
yeah, it hurt me terribly.
Yeah.
And they're gonna add filler. They're gonna add like extra filler scenes. They're gonna drag things out. That's the thing that I'm not ready for, is what they're gonna drag out, because it was hard enough as is. But I mean,
yeah, but I think if they drag out some of the Jenny stuff, it'll be a benefit.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that.
If they build that out a little bit more, then it'll be great.
The townspeople, the church stuff with Kuma.
Yep.
Even Bonnie's, the people who become Bonnie's crew.
Yeah.
Like, you know, kind of
the nurse with the letter.
Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna give us more in regards to Jenny when she gets kidnapped. If they're gonna, you know, hint
they should
a
show
bit
us
more as to who that could be.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
see if somebody stops staring east while that happens. Like, because I ain't gonna lie. Listen, the Cavs about to catch up with this Dragon slander. I ain't gonna lie. If Toei don't, yo, I'm telling you, what they about to do to hurt people and realize Dragon did nothing, bro. I'm telling you, Dragon's PR about to be at an all-time low after this anime, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I agree with Dragon, but it is.
I agree
with
Dragon.
Bro, I'm just saying, bro. It's at the end of the day, Jenny. If you lose Jenny, like, it's tough. It sucks, right? But the show goes on. You know, the show goes on.
The show goes on.
The show goes on, buddy.
The show
goes on.
We'll leave her position vacant because we're real big sad, but keep moving, please.
The show goes on.
Like,
you see what I'm saying?
It's like, hey, Kuma, like, this is tough. I don't know what happened to Jenny. You know, we're going to put all our resources to see where she is, you know, but I'm not going to marry her. But I'm not going.
I'm not going to be there.
I'm sorry. I can't. You know, he can't. Like, Dragon can't slide for Jenny. For what?
He should.
Why?
He saved Eva. Jenny and Kuma literally saved Ivankov at the God Valley joint when they were slaves.
Yeah, but that's different. They're recruiting.
She at day one.
They were children. She was a functional leader.
Yeah, she got kidnapped, Jay.
So let me ask you something.
Once she gonna get kidnapped again.
So So I want that on the record. Whoever is writing this down, like I'm in a deposition, I want that on the record. We have the court case and Brago gets sued for being a rat.
The revolution is still going on, you know,
even without Jenny. Yeah, but they still ain't accomplished nothing either. So maybe if Jenny were here, some stuff would get accomplished.
I don't know.
Maybe Kuma. Hey.
A lot of the rebellions that's been happening is because the revolutionaries have been going and they've been encouraging the people to fight for themselves. Those are the countries that they're trying to eradicate with the power that they took out Lelouchia. What's that called?
The Mother Flame. Yeah.
The Mother Flame.
The Mother Flame.
The Mother Flame. So yeah, bro, the revolution is alive and well. But it's like, you can't. Dragon is the single most important person. Even if he's not in regards to strength, but he's a symbol. Now it's Sabo. Sabo is like taking on that mantle. So it's like he can't get captured.
If they had tried to save her though, then Kuma would have stuck around with the revolutionary.
I I think it's tough, but I think with Kuma, I mean, Kuma probably has the most appropriate power to save her.
I feel like you need force. You need more than just one man.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think even with Dragon, at that point, the revolutionaries, they didn't have the resources. They were just like barely getting by. They're just like establishing themselves as an organization. Imagine taking on, imagine now that we know what they have with the God Knights. They're done.
What about a stealth mission?
Did stealth possibly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like you'd have to find out exactly where she is.
Okay. Let's say you have a little bit of foresight. We try to run a stealth op. Maybe we fail. We send in our best for that kind of position. Not our entire army, but our best for that kind of thing, and see how it works out. Or we do nothing and we lose our greatest brute strength that we have on the force in Kuma.
Well, we kind of lost him.
We kind of lost him. He traveled the world. He wasn't fighting alongside of them anymore. He started ruling the kingdom. He became a stay-at-home dad. Like, he's not working with the Revolutionary Army actively.
It's one of those that because of Ginny's sacrifice, we're going to call it that,
abandonment.
It led to, and we ended up at Sabaody, where Kuma was responsible for the Straw Hats continuing their mission, which the Straw Hats are essentially going to be the ones that save the world. So, it kind of worked out.
So that's how we justify it.
Yes.
That's how we justify it.
That's how we justify it.
This is her fault. It's on her.
You're right. Yeah, she shouldn't have got kidnapped. You know what? That's it. That's
it. Shouldn't have got kidnapped.
I mean, yeah, she shouldn't have got kidnapped. Like, I mean, that's on Ginny. She got kidnapped.
Oh my god!
But we got Bonnie out of it. Like, Bonnie wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, a child with irreparable trauma. That's what we got.
We gonna repair it.
Yeah, we gonna repair it. Yeah, we gonna. All right. I don't know. All that happened from Ginny dying. All that happened from Ginny dying is pain and suffering. That's all I've seen so far. Kuma suffered. Bonnie suffering.
Pain and suffering. That's the biggest motivation.
It's the biggest motivation.
Would he be where he is if Ace didn't die? I don't think so.
That's what the children need these days. More pain and suffering. More
pain and suffering. Look at that. Luffy didn't really seem to change much after Ace died. To be fair, what's the noticeable difference?
Look at these pampered children.
Look at the children, like, kids, but they're not going in the fire. I'm not even caught up, and I know they're not burning. I know it. Yo, why does he look? Listen, I tell you what though, me knowing One Piece pacing and not caught up, I bet you they're still walking. Somehow, some way, they're still walking.
Maybe you'll have to read them.
When will I come back? I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm still having. I was supposed to be a month, but I'm still undecided.
I think one thing is for certain, right? All of our favorite characters in literature and history, typically, it's because of the pain and suffering that they went through.
True.
It's just.
I mean,
so we should more mothers.
More parents, not mothers specifically.
Oh, okay. We're not sexist in this house.
We're not gonna do that. We're not just mothers, mothers and fathers.
Okay, got it.
Sometimes both, right?
Why not?
Let me ask you something, bro. I heard an interesting take. Oh, matter of fact, you was there for the stream. Yeah, the Usopp's mom and all that, right? Is it her fault she got sick?
Obviously.
Well, we need more context. we need more context.
Yeah, okay.
Because we don't know what she was doing, right? Let's say, right? Let's say Usopp's mom, because they didn't seem like they were rich. It seemed like they were somewhat in poverty, right?
A little bit, yeah, something like that.
A little bit. I don't think Yasop left him anything, right? So
no, he didn't.
What was she doing for money?
Bravo.
I'm just saying. It's just a hypothetical. It's just a hypothetical. I'm just asking the question.
Oh no!
I just want to know. Like, I can't pass judgment here without more context. So I'm just asking the question. How did we get there? You know? But I'm not saying it's her fault that she got sick. But we have to know what the sickness is, how we got to the sickness, and you know. And then we can go from there. That's all I'm saying. And also, I know people like to bash Yasop, saying he's a terrible dad, but hold on, right? Hold on, because we have other examples where for Odin, right? Because people bash Odin, but Odin was told by what's her name, his wife. I forget his wife's name.
Oh, Toki?
Toki said, I'm going to divorce you if you don't go back out and fulfill your dream. Right? So he had to go back out. What if Usopp's mom was like,
that too.
You got to go with Shanks or I'm going to divorce you. I don't know. So it's like, we need more context. Once we get the context, then we can judge. I think for right now, we judge Yasop a bit too harshly. But we have to know more about what Usopp's mom was doing after Yasop left.
So we judge Yasop too harshly and Usopp's mom not
what was she doing exactly?
She just gets a pass.
That's the
she raised a liar.
What was she? True.
She raised a liar. Let's be honest.
Oh,
I'm just saying. But
I can see why you and Sai collab so much, man. Because there's something Sai would come up with something like this, and I know it.
We listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't
judge. We listen and we don't judge. I'm just saying.
Oh my god!
Like we quick. Even Jing, like, come on, man.
Now I'm a Jin defender. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a Jin defender because you know what? It's a little different.
Thank you.
Gon didn't end up like a bad kid. Look how he came out. He came out just fine. I mean, listen, there's a just a little crash out here and there. Like I'm caught up.
Oh.
So like, yeah, we all caught up. Everyone here is caught up.
No, I just at what point are we saying he's doing just fine? At the beginning?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, Jin.
Gon's a good kid, right? He's a good kid.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably the cause of his crash out because he's such a good kid, and that led to
and it happens.
Yeah, that led to a lot. They say because of Mito. Who put him with Mito?
And matter of fact, did you not see the backstory? Mito looked up to Jin, so it's like you could credit Jin to Mito. Like to me, I don't know.
Jin was like, "Hey man, I can't. This ain't my lane. You need to." She's probably best for you. I think sometimes like. Being a good parent is delegating.
Crazily enough,
the chat is not agreeing on Jing.
I mean, that's fine. They have the right to.
Jing is like the poster boy for like the worst dad in anime.
Yeah, but he's people really not.
Normally go to Jing.
Like he's not good. That's fine. We can say he's not a good dad, but in terms of poster boy, it's a little wild. Because there's some real bad dads out there.
Who's your number one?
Ooh, who's my number one? I mean, the Gambino, right? From Gambino is his. He probably top one from Berserk.
Berserk.
Oh. He said, "Oh."
I don't think you can top that one.
Yeah.
Spin it, Rado. Go ahead, spin it.
No, there's no spin. There's no spin there.
There's no spin there. You can't spin it. You can't even because it's just you can't do it. You can't. I mean, listen.
Somebody said Endeavor. That's crazy.
And Endeavor was a terrible father that grew up to be a great father at the end. So it's like he got a redemption story. I'm a poster boy for Homing being a bad father, which is Dofi's dad. I am a poster. It's hubris and foolishness. And as a father, you're supposed to guide your family and your children. He guided them into being crucified, literally, like for sport. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, bro, you might as well just stayed up there. You might as well just stayed up there and just done some charity, like all the other trash rich people like to do. It's just like, yo, we'll donate a couple of dollars here and there. Don't accept the tribute.
Think you do not leave Mary Joa and go to the hood. Right?
that's what,
like, go to the suburbs. Right, go somewhere.
Yeah.
You go right to the hood, and then you're telling everybody, "Oh, I came from Hollywood.
Up there." Yeah, I was in West Palm. I was in West Palm Beach, Malibu. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, what are we doing? It's like just real ignorance. So nah, homie.
Going from
Dragons have no idea how the rest of the world actually lives.
Yeah,
I mean,
you gotta do some research.
I'm not saying
that's supposed to the research.
I'm not saying he made the right choices. I'm saying that it was an act of ignorance, not an act of poor parent or of intentional poor parenting, like maybe some others we might could. It wasn't neglect.
Let me give you a
caveat.
caveat.
Child in purpose. Go ahead.
Who did research? Jen. Jen did so much research that he laid a guide out for his son to go after him, to train him to be a hunter that he always had, because he knew, all right, that's my son. I know him because he got my blood in him, so he's going to want to be a hunter. He did his research. Homing didn't. As a father. Go ahead.
I think a lot of bad parenting kind of does come from ignorance.
True.
Yes.
True.
I agree with that.
Right, like
True.
I think a lot of parents, they're not trying to hurt their kids or raise their kids in the worst way. They're like, some people genuinely think they're like doing what's best for their children. But then when somebody else looks at it, you're like, yeah, I don't think beating your kids with this is gonna make them better children.
It's like,
so I agree. But if we're saying the worst parent, then I would say someone who is intentionally harming their child might rank a little bit higher than one that was attempting to do right and failed to do it well.
That's a good point. I think you kind of think about, like, people look at outcome more than anything.
True.
Where, I guess for somebody that was trying to, like, they were hitting their kid, and the goal is to discipline their child, but then the child dies.
Ooh.
So that would be bad parenting. They did a bad job.
that is aggressive. Because, like, how hard did he? Like, what was he doing?
No. It's a valid example. I don't think that intent is all that matters.
Right.
However, if we're ranking bad parenting, then intent should be factored, at least to some extent.
For sure.
I agree with that.
For sure. That's why I look at, to me, I don't know why he's not number one. I think Judge is the worst dad.
Judge is horrible. But worse than Gambino?
To Sanji.
Okay.
Like, if you, like, when you isolate it, and I think why Sanji's pain is just so much more amplified is because he's capable of, like, being at least decent to the other kids. So you're seeing that, and you're like, God, you're treating me like nothing. You locked me up. So I think Judge is one that's up there for me. Somebody said Grisha Yeager.
To Zeke?
What?
Nah, not to Zeke. I mean, to Aaron.
Not to Zeke. Don't get me started with Zeke.
The aggression. He said, yo.
Zeke. Oh my God, Zeke. I don't well, he did place a lot on Aaron. Does that make him a bad dad?
I wouldn't really call Grisha that bad of a. I wouldn't say he was a good dad.
But he kind of uses his kid as a tool.
Use his kid as a tool. He went some extreme indoctrination routes.
Yes.
I wouldn't put him in the good category.
I would say he was a good dad, but it was good intent.
For the good of humanity, not for his son.
No, not for his son.
Look how he turned out.
But
he wiped out 80% of humanity.
Hold on.
Look how he turned out. Oh my God, there's no way. There's no way. Brago, there is no way you haven't finished Attack on Titan. There's no way, bro. How do I keep doing this, bro?
I have not finished Attack on Titan.
Oh my God.
Brago, how far are you?
Somebody just died.
Huh? That happens. I don't know what to tell you.
So no, somebody important just died.
Huh?
Really important to the core crew.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
I know who died.
Yeah, she got shot.
You know who he's talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
I just got past the war. Yeah. Yeah. So I gotten a bit past that. Where Aaron and what he is, that's like apparent to me. Like I know what he turns into in his treatment of Armin and even Mikasa. So I know about that. And then I say this, I know about the rumbling. Like I don't know specifics, but it's like people always mention the rumbling. So I'm just like, okay, but I don't know specifics. I say that.
Something's coming.
Something's coming.
Yeah.
But I would say this. Aaron and how he was raised. I mean, the thing that kind of traumatized him was the invasion, no?
It was.
And like,
well, I mean,
the wall.
Growing up a child of war.
Yeah. Like after they got invaded, the wall got destroyed, and how much it affected him, that kind of shaped him. And of course, finding out more about what they were basically caged animals, right?
Yes.
And looked at as demons. I mean, I don't agree with everything Aaron has done up until this point, but I can't say I won't do the same.
Yeah, we can be very sympathetic of all of these characters, really. They're all child soldiers. They're all growing up in nothing but warfare. They've all watched people that they love die. And they all have this perspective of our situation, everyone else's situation, and what's causing this friction and the only way to end it. So it's hard to look at any of these children and say, how dare you fight in this war? How dare you do whatever?
Even Grisha, like, and what happened to his sister? Like, we talk about like the crazy indoctrination, but like after what happened to his sister, that kind of he kind of went into a cult. He just needed something to latch onto.
That was gruesome. What happened to his sister
crazy.
Is gruesome. Like I wasn't ready for that one.
And not even that, just also how his dad reacted to it. But he was almost like, hey, things happen. Yeah. We got to move on.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no things happen with that one. I was like, no, things don't happen.
So it's a cycle. It's really a cycle. And,
Yeah, and that's a big theme in the series.
Yeah.
Have you met Gabby?
Yes. I met Gabby.
Okay. How do you feel about her?
She's just Aaron and Marley.
Yeah. A lot of people are really hard on her. Jay doesn't like her.
Nope.
She wasn't wrong about anything she did. But so far, her doing what she did, like, it's an eye for an eye. And for her, it's an eye for an eye. And it's like I said the only person that has the most perspective but he's so fucked up, is Reiner. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
That poor soul.
He's cooked. He's cooked.
Soul. And he's so tired. God. He's so done.
He's over it. He's over it. Then when you get his backstory where he wasn't supposed to be, then it was like, yeah, he got on there because the brother manipulated, and then what's the name died, and yeah, man, it's just like a cycle of trauma.
Yeah, 100%. That's what the whole series is a cycle of trauma. And for Gabby, even like the scene when Falco tells her, like, can't you tell they're just doing to us what we've been doing to them? She's like,
he
cool.
now has perspective from Reiner and Eren. Yeah. You're right. She asked him that. Did you see it happen?
Did you see it happen? Because I'm watching this. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and respond to this. And it's like, I mean, I agree with Falco more so. I'd like to end.
But in that moment,
can you blame her though?
Her friend got crushed and the other one got trampled.
Yes. What is she, 12? How is she supposed to have any response but to this situation? And Reiner has been kind of talking to Falco and trying to help him see it. Who's been counseling her? All she's getting. He has been
counseling Falco. She's been getting praised for being almost like a weapon and a future weapon, and being so she's like one of those that she's like pretty much a loyalist to Marley, right? She's locked in. Yeah. And so for her, she's just fulfilling her duty at the end of the day. So I'm not mad at Gabby. I was sad when she did what she did because I was like, because I think the thing that flashed is just how many life or death situations this crew has been in, right? Because wasn't it her that like she was at the town and she was being chased by a Titan and she saved that little girl?
I don't know.
Is it my Sasha or Gabby?
Yeah, Sasha.
Sasha, yes. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, that was Sasha. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
The girl with the bow. She did the bow and arrow.
So it's like they've been in so many life or death situations. So it's like for them to grow up, right? And then to get killed like that. And then it kind of took me off. Comes like, yo, why is nobody like watching, looking out, at least one person, just to make sure everybody makes it back in. But I wasn't mad. I wasn't necessarily mad at Gabby. It was like this is just the situation.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. But but this is a good job of making you at least understand why every decision is made.
The only person that I say I did not resonate with at all, I didn't, there was nothing there for him was, what's his name? Is it Porco?
Porco is the Jaw Titan?
The Jaw Titan.
Yeah, it's Porco. Porco was kind of irrelevant. Right. Yeah, Porco just
yeah, he wasn't. There wasn't a lot to him.
Yeah, he was just a dick. Like, and then even when it was funny, what I love this moment, like when he was about to kill Eren, and then his jaw fell open. He's like, "Why can't I bite?" Right. And that's when Levi shows up, and then he falls, and he's like, "Wait, why are you guys coming after me? I'm a Titan. Like, don't you know I'm a Titan?" And it was like, I'm like, yeah, you're a Titan, but you have no idea, like what they had to face over there. You being a Titan means nothing.
Nothing
to these demons that you guys classify them as. So, so far, Porco is somebody I don't care for. But I don't hate Gabby. I can't hate Gabby. There's no way I can hate Gabby.
I hate Gabby for afterwards, not for that moment specifically. So you just gonna have to see.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm a Gabby fan.
Yeah, somebody said, "Look, you don't like Porco because he replaced my goat Ymir." Ymir was cool. Ymir was. I think she was too good for that world. I think even the fact that she went back is crazy.
That is wild, because I would not have come back. I'm like, nope,
I'm not going back.
I'm out, bro.
I am not going back.
One person in this world. She had one person that she cared about. You're not gonna go back for your one person.
I'm saying I'm not like, because she went back willingly to Marley, like with knowing that she was gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So shout out to Ymir. She was cool. Ymir was really cool. But I would say this about Galliard. What he did with the Jaw Titan in comparison to what Ymir did with it was like night and day. He was a monster.
Yeah,
I was like that. He was a beast with that Jaw Titan. So
how quickly? What kind of pace are you going through AOT?
2 episodes a week.
2 episodes a week. Okay.
Yeah.
So by the time we come back and talk about Kagurabachi, you should be done, eh?
I'll be done.
You should.
Yeah.
My bad, man.
I'm watching 2 or 3 episodes a week.
Wait, is this a Patreon series you doing too?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, my bad, man. Jeez. You ain't hear nothing, though. You didn't hear nothing from me.
Like I said, I knew about the rumbling.
Okay.
Like I said, I knew that was happening. Like, because everybody talks about it. But it's like specifics, I have no idea.
Okay, then that's fine. I didn't give any specifics either. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, okay. You still good. That caught me off guard. I did not know you were caught up. I'm not going to lie. That shocked me. I'm so used to everyone being caught up on Attack on Titan, or at least like knowing the ending. Because the anime's finished too.
When season 4 initially was airing, I was watching it weekly, but then remember it was in cours, so we're taking like breaks, and then like I think after the first cour, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go back and watch the entire thing and kind of get a refresher and see it all the way through. And it's been an amazing experience watching it again. So I don't know. Attack on Titan is top 5 for me. So
top 5.
Top 5.
Okay.
It's top 5.
It's definitely my top list as well. I don't know exactly how I'd rank, especially because Jay and I have been watching. Do you know Love is War? Have you watched Kagura?
No, I never watched that.
Kaguya-sama Love is War.
About it. Yeah, I've heard about it. It's good.
That's a series you need to watch. Yeah, that's a Patreon series. Definitely, yeah. Yeah.
How long is it?
No, I don't know. Hold on. I was going to answer, but.
So there's currently, Jack, if I'm not mistaken, there's 3 episodes. There's 3 seasons out right now, right? Or is there 2 seasons and a couple of OVAs?
37 episodes. 37 episodes.
Then I think 3 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but the manga's, so they're going to keep making seasons and the manga's finished. So the manga's really, really, really good. I finished the manga. The anime is incredible. Murphy's watching it for the first time right now. So, like, what she's telling, like,
what's synopsis? Not Jay, but Murphy, because
Yeah, I was about to say, Murphy, you give me the synopsis. Yeah.
What?
You know Jay spoils. No, I'm playing.
Oh, that's great. You know what? I can't even say that though, because I've spoiled too many people in my lifetime. All right, yeah, my bad.
Okay. So it's comedic. It's a comedic. It's these 2 students who are one is I don't remember their positions.
Student council president and vice president. Like that's it.
There it is. Student council president and vice president, and they have feelings for each other, but they also have this inner battle of I'm not going to be the one to admit it first, and so they're just constantly gaslighting each other to try to get the upper hand on the other one, like leaving their umbrella at home so that you have to offer your umbrella to me, but then they both end up leaving it at home, and so then it's a battle of wills of who's going to admit it, or playing a game to get one to admit that they like something about the other one. And it's this really intense thing, but then you also have a bunch of side characters that fill it out a lot more, like the really ditzy character or the really stoic, upset character. And it at least where I am, we're starting to deepen a lot of the characterization of each one, but it's mostly, at least how far we've gotten, which is 9 episodes in, it's mostly a bunch of gags, a bunch of laughs with characters that you fall in love with right away. So I put it closer to like a JoJo's without it being so over the top, but like it's still pretty over the top.
Okay. I've heard a lot about it. People mention it all the time. But I'll check it out. This is rom-com heavy. I'm with it.
Are you actually with it? I feel like that didn't sell you at all and you're just being polite.
No, it sounds like Sounds like Prison School without the
Yes,
everything.
very similar vibes. It's a more serious version of Prison School and way less sexual.
Yeah.
Okay, bro, let me tell you what sold me, what made me decide to watch it. Dio is in it.
Oh, the voice actor.
The voice actor.
For like a
MC?
scene. For like a minute. No, it's very short. But he was there and it was glorious.
That's funny. That reminds me of like Kainu's voice actor being in Dragon Ball Daima for like a quick second. I was like, oh, finally he's doing something. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Now I'll check it out.
Who is your favorite? Who is your favorite voice actor, Brago? Like the voice that you name, like, oh man, I love that he's in this. Like who's your? Because I know Murphy's is Dio, so I'm gonna ask her.
Dio is up there because Dio, that voice actor, I mean, very noticeable, and the characters are typically badass. I would say probably Law.
Oh yeah.
Because it's Law and Levi. So,
you know what's funny? I see
That's up
Chihiro. I see Chihiro having the same Law voice actor. I can see
I can see that.
I think that would work.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
I think that would really work. Well, no,
This is
what do you?
voice actor.
I
Who's
mean,
your favorite voice actor?
y'all should know who you know who my favorite voice actor is. Y'all should know.
Blackbeard.
Yeah,
Blackbeard.
he's good in so many things. Like, so you guys have all watched Mob Psycho, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Dimple, right? I didn't know that he was Dimple, right?
And then he's Vash, right?
He is Vash in Shangri-La.
In Shangri-La, and he's Thorkel.
He's Thorkel in Vinland Saga. Yeah.
Oh, he's Thorkel?
Yeah.
He is
Thorkel.
Thorkel.
Yeah.
He's also Shinsui in Bleach.
I would say he does, like, he's around. And the thing is, and he was that big guy in Solo Leveling, the one of the hunters.
Yeah, that shook me when he was there. I was like, yo, all right, I'm ready. I'm here.
Yeah, so he's a very noticeable voice actor, so I hear him a lot.
Yeah, he's my number one by far. Like, he is so good.
Dang, he might be my number one. Now that I think about
Uvo
it.
Uvo getting a Hunter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, he has some very notable roles. So he's up there. He's up there for sure. But I think, like, with Dio, with Toji and Aokiji.
Is Aokiji Dio's voice actor too? I didn't know that. Oh, it makes sense actually.
Yeah, I believe it's
Is that what you were saying? Aokiji is Dio?
Yeah. I did not know that. But it makes sense when I think about it. I'm like, oh no, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who it is. Because I think he has two voice acts. He plays two roles in One Piece.
Really?
I think so.
I
think it was two roles. Kuzan's. Is he? Nana, I love Nanami's voice actor.
Nanami's voice actor.
But he was
really
in.
good.
Yeah, he's the last thing I heard him in was Ninja Kamui. But Ninja Kamui is bad, so the anime, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I was watching that. Yeah, it did. I heard it was crazy. Like, I heard, like, it literally just went. I heard it was just bad.
It started pretty good.
It started great.
And,
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, then it turned to nothing. Yeah, so he's Aokiji, Dio, Toji.
So
a
then
few more characters.
Let me ask you. So, I brought up this voice acting because I want to get you guys' thoughts on Frankie's new voice actor. Murphy, I don't know if you've had the chance to hear Frankie's new voice actor, but how do you feel about it?
Very sparingly. I'm not caught up with the recent episodes.
I'll say Frankie's voice actor, because he doesn't have a distinctive manner of speech or sounds, it makes Frankie feel less cool. Like, he just feels like a regular side character. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And because of how, I guess for a lot of the voice actors, a lot of the Straw Hats, the side Straw Hats, they feel like they don't get enough in the first place.
Yeah.
It feels like less focused because he doesn't stand out. He just blends in to like the other.
Yeah.
And of course, I love the voice actor. Like I believe that's Toji's voice actor. So like, he's a good voice actor, but it just doesn't work.
Wait,
for me.
Frankie is current Frankie's Toji's voice actor?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You lying? Nah, you lying. Hold on. Frankie, new voice actor, because Brago spreads misinformation. Yeah, it's not. It's some guy named Subaru Kimura. I knew it.
Oh no,
I knew it.
Toto. No, not Toto.
Toto. I was about to say. I said he's just lying to my face. Like, wow.
No, not Toji. Toto.
Okay. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That makes more sense.
Because Toji's Dio, and I Kuzan, but it's Toto. But I don't love it. It's just regular. So
I kind of like it.
I don't know. Yeah?
You do?
Yeah, I kind of like it. I ain't gonna lie. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Frankie's voice actor, so it's not like, oh, I'm glad that crazy voice is gone. But he passed, right? So you had to get someone else, and I just think like because Frankie, the voice I hear now is more. It fits more with his current design. I feel like old Frankie's voice actor fit with his old funky hair design. Now this Frankie's like brolic, big, like real muscle guy.
He didn't die.
No, he didn't pass away. He just retired.
He just retired.
Oh, he just retired. Oh, okay. I thought he passed away. Never mind. But yeah, now that's misinformation.
That was spreading misinformation.
I was like, that's just misinformation. The chat's like, yo, he didn't die. What are you talking about?
I'm like, I remember him dying. He just stopped working.
I understand.
But for the last year or two, he didn't sound the same. So I was like, are they gonna change eventually? It's just, he just had such a noticeable voice that Frankie stood out, at least in that way. And now he just kind of blends, and that's unfortunate. But
I think that's fair. I'm pleased just because, as you said, Frankie's old voice actor, like his voice was so strained. It seemed like he was really pushing, and like I didn't like listening to it. Early episodes I loved Frankie's voice, but recent episodes I was not enjoying listening to him because I could tell that
he was forcing it. Yeah. He was trying really hard to keep that exaggerated sound, and you could tell he wasn't doing well. And then I got also, since we talking about voice actors, Kizaru's new voice actor has been killing it.
He's been excellent. I haven't even noticed that Kizaru's old voice actor is gone. Like, rest in peace. That guy actually passed. Rested, you know what I'm saying? All that.
Killing it. But yeah. So the new voice actor for Kizaru has been doing an amazing job, and I'm sure he uses the old one and some of the speech patterns as like a reference to kind of mimic it and keep it consistent somewhat. But he's been killing it for sure.
He really has. So I've thoroughly enjoyed it as well. I mean, the anime overall has just been really good.
Yeah, the anime has been on a tier. It's been on a tier. So I expect great things going forward. And the Egghead has a lot to offer. So things gonna be great. Mm-hmm. Somebody said I didn't even notice. Yeah, it's a different voice actor for Kizaru.
It's true. You kind of don't realize that as you're watching because he's kind of immersed you into his. Yeah, this Kizaru in general has been good. Would you argue Kizaru has been the most, because of Egghead, would you argue Kizaru is the most impressionable Admiral we've had up to this point?
Right. Well, do we still count Kuzan?
Kuzan counts. If we're going to talk about Kizaru, Akainu, and all of that, like.
I don't know. I feel like Kuzan is less.
Because I feel like Kuzan left.
He said the most impressionable.
Yeah, impressionable. Like he went his own way.
Like, were you saying impressionable to the audience or like?
So like
okay.
I'm talking about like in terms of his presence within the story as an admiral. Right? Do you feel, because with Kizaru, you kind of really felt his presence in Egghead. Like he's a major part of Egghead, right? His experience, his story, all of that. Compared to the other admirals, you could argue Akai Inu and Marineford, but you didn't really get much character with him. You just got the I'm here to hurt people, like, and just trick people type of vibe. And then Kuzan, you would say like, all right, Enies Lobby, Nico Robin. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of impression, who's left the most impression? Like, this is the admiral that I know.
Or just
not on the crew, just on us.
Yeah, I mean recency bias, but I do think that Kizaru has had a stronger.
It's Kizaru. Because Kizaru is like responsible for our trauma. Like, I think we were coming off somewhat of a high going into Sabodi. And it was a reality check for a lot of us, and he was at the forefront of that. Mm-hmm. And for a lot of for all the supernova, right? And then he kicked Luffy back to Whitebeard in Marineford. Like, you have trash on the battlefield. You might want to take care of that. Yeah. Like, it's Kizaru for sure.
And he's tied to Kuma and Vegapunk and all that. Like, he did the dance with them. Like, he is.
Yeah, Egghead is Kizaru for sure. Yeah, it's Kizaru. Like, I want to say he's the admiral we've gotten most from, because for the most part, we don't know how any of the admirals grew up. Mm-hmm. Like, even Kizaru, the flashback, he's already a vice admiral, right? For the most, that's as far back as the admirals go. Vice Admiral for Kizaru and Vice Admiral for Kuzan. Yeah. So, but I think so far as the one that's left the most impression on us is definitely Kizaru. So, yeah, no question. Like, I think we talk about like the better character, Kizaru or Kuzan. I think that's much closer.
Yeah, we have a lot of investment in Kuzan because of his history with Robin and O'Hara. And now even still, he still references Robin. So I would put him as number 2. But it's still Kizaru.
It's Kizaru.
Does Fuji land anywhere with you guys on that or no?
Not enough.
Fujitora, he's amazing, but we just don't have enough of him.
It's not enough. Yeah. We need some flashback. You know what? Yes. It's crazy. Yeah. It's kind of like, who's had more of an impression on the fandom, though? Green Bull or Fujitora?
Fujitora. Or do you mean because we mock Green Bull?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's because they make fun of Green Bull.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
There's only a couple of people I know that actually like Green Bull. Like, it's a handful, really.
Name and shame.
Like, the thing is, there's not a lot to like about Green Bull.
No,
there's nothing to like.
There isn't.
There's like, it's not nothing about his ideals. I think his design. I think his powers are cool, but I hate when he transforms into that big tree monster thing.
He looks stupid.
I hate how that it looks stupid.
Looks dumb.
Someone that has to be smacked down. There's not much you can do with it.
There's not much to like about Green Bull. And so that's the tough part.
Yeah.
Like, you know, at least with Akainu, it's just, well, Oda considers him like the most handsome character in the story. So,
interesting.
You know, Akainu has.
Is it the jawline and like the jawline and the haircut and all that, the cigar.
Remember when he was talking to Ace? He took the hat off, slicked the hair back. He was like, you know what it is about your daddy?
I don't like your daddy. Did I tell you that? Like, nah, I don't like him.
I don't like your daddy. Nobody like your daddy.
Murphy, would you agree? Would you say Akainu is the most handsome man in One Piece?
In all of One Piece?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sure, why not?
I don't IDK. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
There's not that many attractive people in One Piece. Well, sorry, there's not that many attractive men in One Piece. They're usually shaped for the gags. So I can't think of anyone off the top of my head.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I know Law is a strong fan favorite amongst the streets.
You know, Law, people got Law up there, Zoro.
Karen said, "Don't make me mad."
King, Albert,
Arbor, the light skinned L'Oreal model. Hey man, listen.
King. Yeah.
Oh my god, man. Oh, they said you think Caribou is the most handsome.
No, don't read that one. You don't have to say it.
My bad. It was just a reflex. I was like, Caribou. Okay, all right.
Terrible. Oh yeah, a lot of people sent for shade.
Cavendish. I think.
See, that's what I'm saying. For Law, it's the body language. Like, I think Akainu beats him out just on looks alone, but Law beats him on body language.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Probably say Cavendish, because Cavendish is supposed to be beautiful.
But that's like the femboy gimmick, right? That's what that really is.
Yeah.
So you draw him based. He has a female design, but you're just saying he's a man.
Well, that's it. Right, that's what Oda was going for with Cavendish, glaring beauty and all that stuff. So, I'm say gangster Gastino. Hey, man. Hey. So, okay, that's fair. I don't know how we got on our
sleeper.
Oh yeah, I was asking Kizaru. I was like, wait, how did we get here? Yeah, Brian, why'd you bring this up? I was like, what?
I don't know. How did we get here? I don't know.
I don't know, because you're talking about Admirals and you're like, yeah, Oda said Akainu is the most handsome man in One Piece. So we did, we were, and then let's Egg Island and all that.
He gaslights too.
Who gaslights?
You still call him out when you call me out.
We're talking about voice actors.
That's gaslighting. Yeah, like, do you see this? Everyone knows he's the biggest rat in the community. I've always said it. Out of everyone,
Murphy gaslights you.
So I'm being gaslit. I'm being gaslit by both of them at the same time. What's happening?
Gaslit you. She just gaslit you. That's crazy.
You see?
Wow.
What's going on? Yeah, I don't even know what's going on no more. I'm confused.
How
you know
are
what?
you winning this? It's overt, and you're still winning.
I'm gonna call my therapist, because these two are toxic.
Yeah, Jay, you can't let her get away with this.
That's it, man. I'm too innocent. I'm too pure-minded and pure-hearted to deal with this.
The chat has a point. The chat has a point. Crocodile should be in the lineup.
Oh, to be fair, yeah. To be fair,
he's got it. Has like the swag, the look. Yeah. Crocodile's up there. Rob Lucci. But I think Rob Lucci, personality-wise, might be.
He's got a bad personality, but he's got the look. He looks real Spanish with the chest out, real Raul vibes, Yeah, bro. Tell me he don't look like a Raul. He looks like a Raul. Or Fabio.
Dominican?
Yeah, Dominican, yeah. Me no black. Me no black. Impossible. Oh.
Well, Ace has two designs. Like, you have the pre-time skip design. He has pre-death and post-death, because they changed the design on like the flashbacks, where he looks more like Luffy. Yeah, with a different design. But I think Ace is cool.
Smoker
with the comb over.
Yeah, you can throw him in there. Interesting.
Smoker's up there. Virgo.
No. Virgo just wears shades. You don't even know what his eyes look like. You don't even know what his eyes look like. He never took his glasses off.
Virgo?
No, Virgo. He's talking about Virgo.
Virgo.
Oh, sorry.
I was about to say Marco. Yeah, girls will be talking about Marco.
You know, he had the beard.
Bro, he's got meat. He's got meat on his face. Yeah, the lineup.
The meat not on his face all the time.
Yeah, okay, but he's got forks. Pause. Yeah, what? Okay, all right. So,
someone in the chat said Rayleigh. That's a good shout.
I guess the old man vibe.
All right. If we factor in hygiene, how does it change?
Well, it's gotta be.
Well, Virgo's off the list.
Virgo's off the list. Shank's off the list.
Because of the meat?
Yeah.
Men with on their face. It's not gonna work. No one's going to choose that.
They're gonna think he's unserious immediately.
But he just forgot. He just take it off. Just take the meat off, and it's boom, boom,
Brock
pow.
is just being toxic. Yeah, boom, boom, pow. This is ridiculous. It's a no for me. It's a no for me.
It's a no for me.
No, I'm the Randy Jackson. It's a no for me.
Jay say I don't want Virgo.
Nope. Any pirate off that list, that's true. You can't. So that's what I'm saying. It's Rob Lucci, Mihawk.
I think for like Zoro's off because he doesn't bathe often.
He swims. He swims. Counts a little.
Smells like seawater and ass. Like that.
Yeah. Woman's dream.
Yeah.
Rayleigh looks really probably doesn't shower that often.
No, he doesn't look like it.
He doesn't look like it.
What? He looks clean.
Really?
He's an alcoholic. Yeah. He probably just smells like liquor the entire time.
Yeah, it's like liquor, and then he gets kidnapped every now and again, and he's like,
for the fun of it, it's
sleeping in bars for no reason.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Yeah,
I think Shanks is the same. Where Shanks is probably like just like a hobo.
Shanks is a hobo. He's a wandering hobo with a sword, bro, and an arm. That's it.
I would say Rob Lucci, King. But King is in that tight suit all the time with the mask. Probably a little musty.
Yeah. I don't think he takes care of himself either, to be fair.
King? You don't think so?
I mean, all he does is he just puts conditioner on. That's it. He don't do nothing else.
In his hair, that's it. No,
no
soap, no lotion.
Nothing. No, bro. Just Neutrogena.
He wasn't Neutrogena though, so you gotta.
You don't know that.
When you see it.
Listen, all right, man. I don't know. I don't know if they use moisturizer or Wano. We have to figure that one out.
Mihawk. Mihawk definitely likes a good bathroom, good shower. I mean, we saw his toilet. He had a room just for a toilet.
That's it. He's being extra. But he hangs around all the monkeys. He hangs around the monkeys too much, though, so I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not.
The monkeys are not allowed inside.
The mandrills.
He's got cologne. He's an obsessive hand washer.
Mihawk definitely does this before he leaves out.
You don't be doing this though? You don't be doing this?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't do that.
Really? Nah, that's tech, man. You gotta get them veins, man. What?
Yeah, I don't do that, Jay.
That's cool. You do that. I don't do that. What, is there a stigma against that? I need to learn because I'm being gaslit.
It's no stigma. It's no stigma.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna see.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool that you do that, though. You got to get the veins.
He gonna bring this up in Houston. I know it. He gonna bring it up.
What you mean? I'm just saying. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Chat, did you not sound suspicious? What's the problem with this, right? You don't be doing this?
What?
Yeah, like, I don't understand. What does he mean? What is he doing?
I don't know.
Murphy, do you do that?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You spray perfume on your wrist? You have them together?
No, I do not spray perfume. I do not do that.
I'm just saying that you don't, but I'm saying yes, I do.
Jay, you do that? You spray it on your wrist?
What?
Yeah, I put on both wrists, you rub them together, and you move on. That's the game.
I got you.
So why does he do that? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean?
I don't know. I don't understand it. He's making his face.
I'm just sharing in you guys' life experience. There's nothing wrong with it.
All right, we're gonna have to learn. That's it. I want to see. I want to see what you put on cologne, Brago. We're gonna see. I want to know what your cologne take is. Or do you wear cologne?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how do you use cologne? Just a couple of what was?
Spray in certain areas, and then I spray in an area, then I walk through it twice.
Interesting. Do you spray behind the ears? Do you do that? The little behind the ear thing?
I kind of spray it on my finger and I rub behind. I like kind of rub behind my ear.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not spraying it. I think that's wasting it if you spray it behind it. That's too much. It's too heavy. So like a little rub, It's a little dab.
A little dabble.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How many sprays is too much sprays? This is a question for both of you. How many cologne sprays? Because I've heard varying answers.
3 is too much.
3 is too much? I agree with that. 2 is plenty.
2 is plenty. 3 is too much. If you
Jay, what are you doing? Like 6? What are you doing?
So like for me, like and this is something I've learned, right? 2 behind the ears, 2 the back of the neck, 1 here.
Neck.
1.
Oh, you spraying? Yeah, I don't spray it. I like.
Oh, so you rub?
Yeah, it's like a quick rub. You spray.
You just listed 7 sprays.
It's just spraying, Jay. That's boom, 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 boom.
It's light sprays. It's not like a, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little.
Jay walks into the building and you can tell he's there.
What? Yeah, I would say I spray like twice on myself, and then I spray it in an area, then I walk through it.
That's fascinating.
And I don't want to be like. I don't want when people are like around me, they're like coughing, like.
So I don't really get the. I normally eat because most of the time it's like, you smell good. Like I do get that, but it depends on the cologne. Like it depends on.
Yeah, it depends on the cologne too.
What you going for? Because some sprays are just for you to smell fresh, not for you to be like, he smells great. It's like, oh, he smells fresh in your mind,
Yeah.
Murphy's judging.
Everybody likes getting told they smell good.
You judge.
Sometimes people put a lot on purpose just so that people can smell it and say you smell good.
True. I'm not gonna lie. That is a gimmick. All right. Like listen.
Because I'll spray a lot, so when I walk by, they know it's me.
People are like, "Oh, you smell good."
So let me be frank, right? So there are times where I don't care at all, and I'm not trying to. I just 2 sprays and move on. Like just 2 sprays to the neck, and I just move on. That's normally if I'm just like I'm in a rush somewhere. But like, tell me if you frown upon this, because I know we're all gym goers here. Do you frown upon wearing cologne in the gym?
Absolutely not. No cologne in the gym.
No, Murphy.
Absolutely no cologne in the gym.
I mean, I don't think I care. I won't spray for the gym. I think deodorant is perfectly fine.
Like if I'm about to go to the gym, if I'm out and I have cologne on and I gotta go to the gym, cool. But if I'm going to the gym, I'm not spraying cologne to go to the gym.
To go to the gym, right? So, exactly.
It's mostly men in the gym.
True. Depends on what gym you go to, but true. Yeah. So then,
are you going to a powerlifter gym or something?
It's not a powerlifter gym. The gym is a little extra. It's called Club Edge. Like it's not actually called Club Edge. It's called Edge Fitness. But I go to an Edge Fitness. So for me, because I have different colognes. There's just like basic cologne that's fresh. So when you sweat, it's still. Rob was just laughing at me. Yeah. But it's like I put a spray or 2 on, and then I'll go to the gym. Sometimes. Okay. Maybe I was taught poorly, but it's just like you never want to be. You said what?
I don't know if it's a right or wrong answer, but I don't want to go sweat and then like have sweat and cologne,
Well, that's the point of cologne, though. It's supposed to cover up your sweat.
It's supposed to natural. So like it's the cologne I use is like that works naturally. So even when you sweat, it doesn't smell like sweat and cologne. It just like enhances your natural. I don't know use the word pheromones.
I don't think I've ever smelled cologne on someone at the gym.
I haven't either.
I have.
Oh, so all you guys go to the same gym?
Nah, see, look, somebody in the chat's like, nah, Jay's right. Listen, y'all try. Listen.
You pick the one person in the chat that's saying that, and that's the one you read.
It's the one. Hey, listen, one is better than zero. That's all I'm saying. It's the truth.
Somebody said it depends on your natural body odor. I would say yes and no, because if you have like a stronger natural body odor, I don't think you want to be spraying cologne when you're about to go sweat it out. Because I've smelled cologne on people that are sweating, because there have been people that they spray cologne on, they go to the basketball court, and then they just end up smelling like cologne and ass. And
that's a bad mix. It is a bad mix.
Yeah. I think it depends on how hard you're going in the gym. If you go there and you're really trying to like go after it, I would say probably like no cologne.
Yeah, the bare minimum is deodorant for me. It's like just at the bare minimum, I put deodorant.
I think deodorant is a necessity, no matter where you're going.
Yes.
Always. I know some people go natural. I'm not, no shade to you guys.
I'm throwing shade. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I'm throwing it.
Yeah, deodorant. You gotta have deodorant for sure.
Interesting.
Apparently, they make specific colognes for the gym. That just
they
sounds
do.
Like a market.
There is gym colognes.
They just want your money. That's not. There's no need.
I don't know. I feel like if you like after a shower with the soap or body wash that you use, and because you're keeping it for the most part light, I don't know. Well, I think the bigger question is like lotion, I guess, or how much lotion in the gym, and moisturizer and grease and things like that. Because you're about to go sweat, so like how light or how much you're putting on before you go to the gym. So I think I always got to put lotion on, but as far as like how much like moisturizer and things like that, that's when it's like, all right, I'm about to go to the gym, let me not,
because you're just gonna sweat it off and you got to shower and then get all the lotion off. It seems a little redundant. I just say if you're ashy, put enough lotion to not look ashy.
Yeah,
you can't go ashy.
Exactly.
You can't do it. You just can't do it.
Can't go ashy. Yeah, but I never did the cologne at the gym. Yes.
I've never sprayed perfume to go to the gym. It's never crossed my mind.
Remember my son did that one time, but he was going to the basketball court. And then we got in the car. I was like, do you have cologne on? Say, yeah. I was like, who you about to go meet? He said, I'm about to go play ball. I'm like, all right, so you trying to smell good for guys? I said, no. I was like, all right. No cologne for the basketball court. So, yeah.
Oh my God.
No cologne. No cologne. Like I said, body wash is fine. Body wash. But, if they're making gym cologne and, you want to wear that to the gym, then more power. It feels like it's just a waste of money, not going to lie. Unless it's like a gym that you go to and you have a plan. Like, if you have a gym crush, right? if that's the case, and you're going to run into that person and you're trying to impress them, then I get it. Because, just going to work out, nah.
But that's weird. So, like, how do y'all... Not weird, but like, okay, in regards to like gym crushes just in general, because I feel like most of the time you're so locked in to lifting. I'm a go in, get my job done, and leave. I know people that hang out in the gyms and they take their time on, 10-minute breaks in between sets, and just wander around a little bit. Yeah, like 2-3 hours. I can't do that. I'm in and out. I don't know. Have you
I talk to people at the gym.
It depends.
I'm there the same time every day. The same people are there the same time every day. So we're all friendly with each other. And in between sets, it's like 2 minutes, quick chat, whatever. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I run into people in the gym, like for sure. Same time I see them, like people that I know already, or like you get the, oh, you're here at the same time, the little head nod, and then you just keep moving forward. That's normally what I do. Same head nod to the same brothers, and I move on. I never really. Have you guys ever run into people that have like known you in your gym? Like know you, but you've never met them before?
Yeah.
Like they watch your channel?
Yeah.
Not at the gym.
Yep, at the gym.
Yeah, it's happened.
Yeah, that's weird.
Interrupt your set. What is the story?
I was on the track. I normally used to like walk the track a few times before working out, and then I saw him looking at me, so I was like, okay. So on the last lap, he kind of walked up. He's like, "Hey man, I thought you were BDA, but I wasn't sure. But it's you, right?" Yeah. Yeah.
He said, it's
like,
me.
That short conversation, and I think that was like one of the last times I went back there. But it was cool. It was cool.
The last time for that interaction.
I haven't been back.
Was it because of that experience, or it's like you just like the anonymity and you just want to chill? Like,
I mean, there's somebody that recognized me at the grocery store I go to, and he works there.
Oh my god, yo!
I've been recognized by a grocery store employee as well.
And it's like I said, it's cool, but it's like, every
time
I
gotta come back here.
Yeah, so I see him like damn near every time now.
Yeah,
he's like, man, that Kuma. I think the part that's always like because every time he does it,
I love it.
Like he's cool. He's a cool guy. Cool guy.
Yeah.
It's not him, but it's everybody else is like,
what's he talking?
Yeah,
who is it?
And you can see it on everybody's face because he's not like quiet about it either. He's like, man, I was just watching you, bro. And everybody's like, who the fuck? And I'm like, all right.
I'll just go ahead
let me get out the store.
Oh my god, the tears in my eyes, dog.
Yeah. Cool guy though. Cool guy.
That Kuma is crazy.
It's always hard to know how long to stay. You're like, okay, do I have a long conversation? Do I just like find an exit? What do I do? Do I carry on?
I try to be quick. Yeah, I just like, yo, I'm good. But like most times people want to talk about like something, and it's like I said, it's cool, but it's just sometimes it can get awkward. But
I usually stick around for a while because I'm just like, okay, well we should have a long chat then. Like I don't know what else to do.
So you stick around to talk for a while?
Yeah, I stick around. I'm like, tell me your name. But like, okay, what are you reading right now? Like, I just like make it a thing. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do.
I would say like maybe I should do a better job of making interaction better. But normally I'm just trying to get it over with. I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. All right, yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, all right, bet. I gotta go.
I just try to get it over with, because I mean, initially it's always like a bit awkward, right?
It is.
It's like,
I don't know you, and it's like what you know me, but I still don't know you. It's like one of those. So
yeah, the one that was kind of, it wasn't crazy, but it was kind of crazy. Is at like my kids' like basketball practice, and I was there with like my family, and they were there with their kid. And I walk out and walk to the car, and they're like, yo, man, I didn't know if it was you, but da-da-da. So I saw you in there. I didn't want to. I'm like, oh, shit. She was there like the entire time. And I didn't know. That was kind of like, yeah. But he was cool, though. He was cool. But it's just like, something that to think about.
Yes, I had one where I was going to a meeting and I was dropping my kids off in the childcare, and the guy that was taking the kid, well, his wife was taking the kids. He was signing me in, and I was writing my name down, and he was like, "You're Murphy." And I'm like, kids, come back. Like,
come back, yo, get my kids now.
Yeah. It's a jarring thing.
Yeah.
Now the worst one, I want to say worst. It was just the most shocking. When I walked into like this seafood restaurant, and I had the kids with me. As soon as I walk in, it looked like they were having like a huddle or something. And then like one of the guys turned around, he's like, "PDLR." I was like, yeah. And then like again, it's like they have like a teamwork huddle.
Yeah.
And so now everybody's looking at me like, who the fuck? Who's this guy? Like, what is he doing?
What is going on?
And then my kids are looking like, who are these people? And I'm like, and it was just like the most awkward conversation. Because then he left. He's like, I'm gonna get you some extra. And then I'm there waiting. And then they're like, so what do you do? And I'm like, I just do YouTube. I just do YouTube. It's nothing crazy. But it just turned awkward. But like I said, everybody that I met have always been cool. It's never been like a.
It's never been weird. Well, it's been weird, but it's never been like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, it's never been that.
Yeah.
I think the strangest interaction was at Anime NYC.
Ooh, which one? The one we went to this year?
Yeah, last year.
Ooh. At the convention or outside the convention? At the convention. With tall homeboy, yeah, that was wild. I ain't gonna lie, that was an experience, because it's like Murphy, when you want to, like, when you meet a fan and then you talk to them, and it's like, yeah, it's really great, but when they linger and they stay and they linger around the group and they don't really leave, and it's like they try to immerse themselves in your group, and I'm just looking like, yo, this is kind of wild. Like, I don't know this guy, and it's like he got his shirt off. Right, it's just like he's having a full-blown conversation with Cole, and it's not like he did anything bad. It's just that I've seen people do this where they just insert themselves into a group and just linger around, hoping that they're just gonna stay. And I'm just like, we gotta go. And as we're walking outside, he's like kind of walking with us, and I'm like, all right, like where are we going here? I don't know how that ended up. But I remember that situation. That was. I would say
this, like, this was it wasn't weird. We just was like, we went to it wasn't MAIC.
Oh, it was DreamCon, like, right?
No, this is a different one.
Oh, okay.
Like, we went to New York. This is in New York with the guys back like in 2019, I think. And somebody that we used to talk to on stream, that used to be a viewer. He was at the con. So then I know we had to take a bus from New York to New Jersey. It's like a shuttle. Something like, not really a shuttle, but a bus. And we were about to get on a bus, and then he was about to get on a bus. And you're like, where you about to go? He said, I'm just riding the bus. And we got off the bus, and he got off the bus.
I'm just riding.
And like I said, we know him. So like, we're like, all right, so what do we do? Like, what do we do? Tell him that it's like, all right, just it's fine. He's cool. So then it got bad when we got to the Airbnb, and then we were about to go back out to like, we were about to go out that night. And then, so we're like, all right, man, so how you getting home? He's like, I don't know. He's like, where do you live, man? He's like, probably like 40 minutes away, And it was like, so we had to make sure he got home safe and got in the Uber and all that. Cause like, so then it was like, all right, we're never bringing anybody back to like the Airbnb again. It's just no is no. Yeah, so it just it got a little weird. But
that's scary. That was
cool
freaking
though.
out.
He was cool. He was a cool guy.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's like Jay said. It's when people kind of linger. That's when it gets a little, a little dicey.
Yeah.
People that you have met online, but you know relatively well, though. I mean, I've met up with people like that have been on the Patreon for a long time, and I'm like, I know you. And so, like, if they're driving through the area, I'm like, yeah, let's grab coffee or whatever. Or a group of people that I only knew online, I got an Airbnb with, and we all went to a wedding together.
That's all. So, so Murphy.
I mean, we do that.
We do that. So like, so we're literally in 2 weeks, literally, we're all going to DreamCon, like a big group of us. That's in 2 weeks, man.
I'll do it too then.
And I would say like maybe like four out of the people that are there are like active content creators. You'd say, Brago? Like, yes. So it was like me, you, Laz, Zoro.
Townsy? Is Townsy going?
Townsy is going. He is going.
Drips?
He's not exactly active. Driss ain't active. You know Driss ain't active. Driss been dormant for like 2 years, dog. That don't count. Because then you might as well say Matt. You might as well say Matt then at that point.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, so I mean the first time we did it, I remember the first time was New York. That was like, that's the one that was kind of like, all right, I know these guys, but I don't know these guys.
Yeah.
You know. I'm about to do the Airbnb. Let's see how it goes. And it was cool. It was great. It was a great time. You know, everybody was cool. Everybody was. I mean, we did have something, but for the most part, it was cool. It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. You're gonna have to hear that story at some point.
Yeah, we can talk about it off air.
It was a great time, though.
It was a great time. It was a great time.
Yeah. So, Murphy? You go to cons, right?
Nope, never been to one.
You've never been to a con?
Never been to one.
Interesting. Would you ever go to one if you had the opportunity? I know you're busy with life and all that stuff, so like, yeah, but
yeah, if life ever calmed down, I would like to.
If you had to pick one, like ones that you've heard of, like like Comic-Con and Anime NYC, like they got Otaku Con, they got a lot of cons everywhere. Is there anyone that's caught your eye? You'd be like, oh, I'd like to go one time.
No, I don't think there's anyone that I want to get to, other than like I want to go to meet up with people. That's pretty much the point for me.
Yeah, I think for cons in general, I don't necessarily love conventions for like what conventions are.
I don't either.
Right.
I'm with you. Like, I'm bored of the con after an hour or two, and I'm like, yo, I want to go home, dog. Like,
you know what I'm saying? It's more about like the people. You know what I'm saying? And like the people that I'm going there with, the people that I could possibly meet, et cetera, et cetera. Like running into other content creators. I think that's a cool thing. But for the most part, it's like, you know, going to the con, some people go for like specific shows or like to meet panels, to meet different. I'm just like, okay, but like for me, even for DreamCon, like I still got to buy my ticket. But I know last time we went, it was like crazy. It was crazy to get in. It was busy. It was just like, it was a lot. And I don't like when things are a lot. So, and conventions sometimes can be a lot, and it can be crowded, and when there's a lot of people in one area, you know, it smell funny. So, you know, I don't love conventions. But like, you know, since we're going with the guys, it's gonna be an Airbnb. We're in Houston. You know, should be a nice vibe. Should be a nice vibe.
Really good time. I'm excited for it.
I plan to vlog, but We'll see. Because I still got footage from 2022. I still have not uploaded. Just there, like when was one when we went to DreamCon, we had a debate of category versus law.
Oh my
category
God.
versus kid, category versus kid at DreamCon. Like we were screaming at each other.
I remember that.
And then we had one where Mord showed up to the B&B.
Oh my God, good times.
Yeah. So I had that all that footage. Still haven't uploaded it. So maybe I'll do it this year. It's 3 years.
Yeah. Meeting Morge was one of the highlights of that trip. I'm not gonna lie. That was a great experience, meeting Morge.
Yeah, Morge's cool. Morge's cool. It's my guy. Like I said, meeting just different content creators was a vibe. It was a good time.
All right. I can't push this any farther because I do got to get home and I do got to drive. So this has been fun as always with y'all three. I think for the next time, I wouldn't say we talk about Kagurabachi specifically, but I definitely want to catch up to it. I think I'm going to catch up to it, to be fair.
I'm definitely going to catch up.
Yeah, like I'm certain I'm going to catch up to it. But for the next thing we talk about, I don't know. Do we want to?
Are we doing that thing? Are we doing that thing that we talked about off air? The story we talked about off air? I don't know.
We'll talk about it more off air.
Talk about it off air.
Yeah, okay. yeah, off air. So yeah, we'll think about that. We'll let you guys know what we're gonna do next. We're not just gonna plan right in front of here, but It's been fun having everyone here. It's always a blessing to have you two on here. I mean, it's at this point we like the dynamic trio, right? So we talked about Cologne and voice actors, and then Brago's debauchery, right? Just just about everything. Brago, your debauchery is like the highlight of this. It's Murphy's gaslighting, your debauchery, and then my innocence, right? That's all
innocence.
All that, yeah.
Listen,
just purely
listen. I'm gonna tell y'all.
He said, "I'm gonna tell you."
Listen, y'all. Jay is not putting on cologne to go to the gym just to work out. All right.
Nah. First of all,
what's happening here. That's not what's happening here.
That's it. Murphy, defend me. You know I don't be doing all that. I'm a reformed man.
I don't know you. I don't know you like that.
He said, I don't know you. I don't know you. Yo.
Jay caught a vibe, and Jay was
I ain't catch no vibe.
Go up in here.
I got it. Never.
That's now a part of our lore.
Yeah, that's it. We're just doing this. It's just the pheromones.
Yo, but Jay's doing that right before the walk into the gym. That's diabolical, Jay. I'm on to you. I see it now.
Listen. Okay, before we go, how y'all feel about chains in the gym?
Okay. Okay, so I have a chain I just wear every day regardless. So but if you putting a chain on just to go to the gym, diabolical. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
You going to Mary? Oh yeah. I'm about to kill the weights today. Nah. No. You put a watch on? Not a Apple Watch, but like a
oh yeah, you're psychotic if you wear like a regular watch on, like a Rolex or something. What are you doing? Yeah, like what are you doing?
So that's the line. The watch is the line.
The watch is the line. Some people just wear chains all the time. Like I wear chains all the time. I feel naked if I don't wear a chain on. So it's just like, unless I'm wearing like a button-up shirt or something.
But is it like okay?
Wearing
like a chain, like this chain.
Do you put it on to go to the gym, or you already have it on?
So, anytime I leave the house, I put the chain.
That was your answer. You got the
I put the chain on. However, I will say this. I very rarely wear chains to the gym. I used to when I lived in Philly, but not anymore. It gets in the way. Especially when I'm doing push-ups, and it's just it's annoying. That's it.
The J lore keeps deepening.
I don't fraternize in the gym. All right, I don't fraternize in the gym. I don't believe in hitting on women in the gym. So it's not like that's not me, man. Yeah, that's it.
Your hand on
the administrator.
Yeah.
So anyway, the gym, but he'll spray cologne, and if someone wants to talk to him, then tell him he smells nice. Then
Yeah, that's their prerogative.
Listening.
I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for me. It's not for them. That's it.
Right.
All right.
Got you, Jay.
Someone said, Jay, you wear a chain to take the trash out.
Jay like, throw the trash down. Yeah. There you go. I see you, Jay.
With the Cologne to take out the trash too. Yeah.
You never know. Nah, I feel you.
I'm tired. Yeah. All right, y'all. It's been fun. Any plugs, any videos y'all got coming up you want to shout out to the chat or anything like that?
Go ahead, Braga.
I don't have any videos, any plugs. I would say that I spoke to Vincent Chanzard recently.
I saw some clips of that.
Yeah, and that was cool. Talking about One Piece, talking about animation in general. He had mentioned different ways to support animators because he said the animators, obviously, they don't get paid a lot doing what they do. So something we asked him was like, how can you better support animators in the industry? And he said a lot of animators, they have Patreons that they do specific works, personal things that they work on. So that's the best way to support a lot of animators because they sometimes even use a Patreon to kind of get by. So I would say your favorite animator, if you can, find their Patreon, and if you can, just support them.
That's good, actually.
Yeah.
I will find my favorite animator.
Yep.
Okay. Murphy, what about you?
I started Haiku, so that's coming soon, as well as Psychopaths. And then another thing that's coming in June that I haven't actually announced yet, but there may be more conversations between the three of us coming. We'll see. And that's all. We'll see how it goes.
I just need to warn you, if you any Haiku fan hears you call it haiku, they're gonna crash out.
Oh, sorry, Haiku. I've been reading it.
Yeah. Bronco's face. He saw Haiku. I said, listen.
I'm gonna let her finish.
You barely got Jacko on your good side, and you just throw out the word haiku. He loves haikus.
Do I have whoa? Do I have Jacko on his good side? Am I on Jacko's good side?
Allegedly.
He didn't want you to tell me that.
See,
silhouette level teasing.
Silhouette
level, more hygiene talk.
Yeah, you're gonna find out more. Yeah. We'll bring. You know what? Here's what I want us to do. The next time we're all together, I want us to all have a banana peel, a bottle, a bowl of ice, and a Saratoga bottle.
Cologne.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, just a Saratoga. Yeah, we're all gonna dip our face in the ice and then rub our face with the banana peel. That's it. Murphy, if you haven't seen the video, I'll give you context.
No. Okay.
See, yeah, Murphy don't be on social media. You can tell. Like, that's how you can tell she's not on social media.
That's something that went viral.
It went viral. Hasn't seen it. No, she has not seen it.
Man, I keep to myself. I'm not trying to be online.
You're doing the right thing. I'm just saying it's the most ridiculous
she is
morning
doing
routine
the absolute right thing
you will ever see. You're doing the right thing, so you good.
All right. Well, send me the video so I know what to do.
All right. I got you. This is going to be fun. All right, y'all. Until next time. Thanks, everyone.